Black Album or something. They're pretty good at playing the shit everybody likes.
Right.
Which group is? Who are you gonna see?
Metallica. But then I bought these. We'll keep 2 of them, but I bought 8 really. They're called luge tickets at Allegiant for Coldplay. I can't stand them. My wife likes them, so I'll probably go. But those 6, I'll make a fortune on the 6 we sell. And then we've got George Strait, which I am looking forward to in 2 weeks.
All right, Anna, what did you decide? Would you like
Kelly.
help or
Kelly.
would you like to...
Sold. I got 2 up for sale. I just listed them yesterday. So
What
his
did
is
what
good
did you
too. It's
decide?
only one night. It's very few. That dude's 80 years old, man.
Is he?
Yep. So it's George Strait, Chris
Good morning.
Stapleton,
Thanks for calling the
and then
Tom
I've heard of
Martino
them,
Show.
Never heard their music, or maybe I have, but Little Big Town.
Where's that one at?
Allegiant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
Raiders
the
Stadium.
age-old
Is it
question
during
right
the-
now.
during the week?
What's your
No,
name?
it's Saturday.
Okay.
It's Saturday or Friday. Friday or Saturday. It's only
Hello?
one day.
What's your
You just
name?
Fly in, fly out, real quick.
No, we usually go 3 nights.
Gerald. Okay, Gerald. Is she-
Hello?
Best food in the world's in
Hello?
Best
All
food.
right, hang on for me.
You can get anything. Best
That's
seafood,
true.
best steak.
Kelly?
It's really remarkable.
Hello?
Actually, how for the middle of the desert. The supply
Guys, tell them I'm here.
is unbelievable. Of course, you can see
They don't know I'm back.
everywhere.
Okay,
Yeah,
Anna, what did you decide?
Got like 4.
Does he have 4 out there? Yeah.
Well, if you have any
We
other
ate at
phone
Hell's
numbers
Kitchen,
to Tommy Martin, like a cell phone,
In Vegas?
instead
Yeah.
of the main
It's right in front
office
of
number.
Caesars. It's a standalone building, and it's unbelievable, man.
Anna,
It's expensive.
we've
They're
been
all
on the
expensive
phone now
out there,
for
Mark, you know that.
an hour.
I used to go to
Okay,
Vegas
I've
all
been
the time,
very,
but now
very.
they have,
I've
ever
been
since they
very
got
nice to you. I've been
reasonable
very
gambling at the
professional. I'm
Black Hawk,
trying to help you,
It doesn't.
and
you
you're
know,
not helping me.
The games I was
Hello?
playing, the
Help
poker
me,
games I was
help
playing.
you.
Do you have any
Hello?
other phone numbers for
There's no
branch
reason
tree
for
service
me to-
like a cell
But for a
phone?
while
Now
there,
you're raising
what
your
was it?
voice
It
to
was
me.
like $5.
Yeah,
Guys,
$5
tell them I'm
bucks.
here.
Didn't they bring it to 100?
They don't hear me.
And then
100
it
was-
went anywhere.
Right, 100 was fine because you could have a big pot.
For poker, it's fine.
Yeah.
Not for like blackjack.
Oh
and
no,
shit.
no. For poker, $100 bet is fine.
Yeah.
Makes it a game. But then when they went to no limit,
And that's the number
it was
I
just
called.
hap-
That's fine.
Okay.
So we need
We're
to move
back.
to the next step because
Hello?
for them.
Huge
Hopefully
building,
they'll
Tom.
give us a
She
call
was-
back,
works there?
She grew up
and
Oh, she
we'll
grew up
move
there.
on
God,
from
what a
there.
small town to
Wow.
grow up in.
before they built the Parkway.
Wow.
So like when
Yeah.
they'd have to go to the grocery store,
What?
it was either going
I,
back over.
I don't
oh my God,
understand your
Road, which
question.
I
What do
guess
you
is
mean?
No, I've been on there a ton, man.
Terrible, and then or
Yeah.
go down through Golden, and you know.
It used to
I
be
explained
real
to you
terrible.
my talking?
Oh my God, it's not that bad anymore. I mean, you know,
Yeah, Kelly,
for the
wait a
faint
minute.
of heart, you're not gonna like it.
I didn't understand
But
you.
I remember when they really didn't do much maintenance to that.
That's how she's explained it to me, and especially like if it was like snowy or in the winter and you had to go. I mean, it was.
Oh, plus you'd be like in certain spots, you look over and there's like a,
Okay,
you know, a big
Anna,
mine shaft.
hold on.
That,
Okay.
I mean, my God, if
You
you went
contacted
into
us
it, you might never be
in
seen
an
again.
email.
Right?
A couple weird,
Or
like
help.
old sheds and homes hanging off the cliff. I mean, crazy stuff
I just got a text that Tom is here. He's back.
in the building, or
It says he's here. Yeah.
okay.
Tell him I am here.
Tell him to listen.
And then
Hello?
oh, hold on.
Hello?
So now hit offline.
Hello?
Hey,
Hello?
What happened?
Oh, Dolce's car was stranded.
No, I mean, what was it though? What's wrong with the car?
Well, you know, they did all that work on it. We don't know what's wrong. They took it back.
I mean, it simply wouldn't start. It just
No,
started.
it started. It was in a limp mode.
Oh shit.
It was terrible.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Okay, Anna?
Suzanne would be so embarrassed by that.
You got the camera up right now?
No, I'll get it up
All right.
on the first break. So I'll come back then. I'll
Yeah,
bring
just
you
come
in.
back and do whatever. Just do whatever.
Yeah.
For help.
We got a nut on one, which has been fun.
Good.
I'm pretty sure it might be your twin sister, but I'm not positive. And Nick Ravine is in.
Yep. Okay.
And your longest serving deputy
Yeah.
That's still alive.
that's still alive.
I
That's
think Father
nice.
John was longer.
That's really nice.
It is kind of weird having Tom and yourself basically the same age. He gets so mad. He's 72. He gets so mad when I say he's 73.
I'm not even 72, asshole.
Every time.
How old's Larry?
I'm
How old's
older.
Larry?
I'll guess. I'm going to say, I think he's younger. I'm going to say 45. No, I'm going to say 42.
Larry Gravina?
Oh, your
My dad.
Nick's dad.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. I want to guess. He's probably Tom's age. No, probably
No,
lower.
he's not my age.
75.
You're a year off.
I'm a year off.
76.
Wrong way.
So then if we go 75, 65, 55, I would change, instead of 45 on you, I'd say more around 50.
I'm 45.
45. I nailed you too. Until you gave me your dad's age and I tried to do reverse math.
So are you opening, Mark?
Opening.
The
I
show,
don't care. I
the
can
hour.
Open, you can open. Yeah, let me open. I'll recap real quick and
All
I'll
right.
bring you in.
All right, got it.
Seconds.
And get your picture
Check.
up.
That's check. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the show. The only show.
You're up, Tom.
Yeah.
Problems, answer questions, take complaints. Probably drive Anna a little bit crazy, but here's the bottom line. Tom Martino has now joined us, and I'll tell you why I said that, Tom. That's how Anna referred to you, and I'm sure on accident. So it's kind of funny. Of course, she's talking to me, Marc Mager, but she thinks she's talking to Tom Martino, who I have no idea who the hell that is. And then the business owner we were dealing with, his name is most likely Tom Martin. So,
Wow.
I mean, it's crazy. I'm going to bring you up to date in a second on that, though, Tom. Meantime, we've had Jeff Vick, one of our experts, hanging. This poor guy, Gerald, listen to this, Tom. Or I'm sorry, Craig. This poor guy, Craig, he buys a vehicle from Hyundai, Phil Long Hyundai, somewhere in Littleton. Follow so far?
Yep.
And couple problems. One, there was an issue getting plates. They probably didn't have the title, but that's not his big problem. His big problem is they've owned it about 6 months.
Yeah.
He was asking about the lemon law. It's a 2018. They just bought it a few months ago, so of course no lemon law. But there was a check engine light, so I'm going to bring him back up. But more importantly, I'm going to bring up Jeff Vick with Kimmer Transmission. Jeff, I have never heard of this, and you know I was in the automotive business for years, but this Santa Fe has a check engine light. Listen to what he said the code is. Go ahead and tell me, Craig, what was the code on that?
Dumbass driver. No, I'm just kidding.
Fucked it up.
What?
What? No. Hold on. Did you get that?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay. You can't say that word, bro.
Yeah, we doubled it up.
Yeah, sorry. No, my wife was yelling at me.
Are we good?
So
Okay, we're good. We're good to move on, Tom. So anyhow, listen to this. Craig, what did the check engine light say, potty mouth?
I'm sorry about that.
No, that's all right. Go ahead. What did it say?
I was talking to my wife.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
I don't know. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I don't know if that makes it any better. You were
Yeah, I know.
okay. I'm not going to go down that bunny hole. Go ahead, sir. What did the check
I
engine
know.
light say?
Okay, so this is Veriscan, whatever,
Yeah.
2018 Hyundai Santa Fe Sport Base, diagnostic trouble codes, DTC, a small S, I guess it is.
DTCS.
And replace engine block assembly.
Now listen to that, Jeff. Tom, if you ever heard that, replace engine block?
No, man. Jeff.
I've never heard of a check, and he's driving it around. He says it's not great, but I have never heard of a check engine light
And
that
it's
says
only
that.
6 months. It's only got 80,000 miles on it.
Say that, Jeff?
What was the code number?
Yeah, what was the code number?
Okay, Jeff, if I think this might be it, P1. 326.
We can pull that up real quick.
I think it means dumbass driver.
That, can you imagine? No, it's a knock sensor.
It's pointing at catalytic converters. So it's going to be related to the emissions. Get it into somebody who has a 5-gas analyzer, confirm whether or not that.
Hold on. Keep going.
Yeah.
Jeff, please.
Yeah, you need to get it into somebody who has a 5-gas analyzer so they could actually check and see if it's actually a problem with the converters or something else inside the emission system that's causing them not to work properly.
And it can make your vehicle go into limp mode, which could make it act really strange, right?
100%. Yeah, it's going to try to. Most of the time, it tries to lean it out, and eventually, if you don't take care of it, you can ruin an engine block.
And here's what I wanted to ask more than anything. Where did it come up with this? It needs an engine block. Who told you that, Craig?
Checker O'Reilly.
Okay, O'Reilly Auto Parts is who scanned it. Jeff, would you just talk about that real quick? People that go up, there's no problem going up and get a free scan, but I mean, what does that actually do for people?
Well, I mean, it can give you a heads up or give you a direction of do you need to go see a transmission guy or an engine guy or whatever the case may be. Most of their scanners don't go deep enough. We usually end up finding additional codes inside they're related. So, I mean, you are talking to parts people. We've talked about it before. A good parts person is worth the weight in gold, but that's what they are as a parts person. They're not a technician.
Yeah. Now,
okay, and then that's another thing I didn't disclose. It says primary TC, and he was just saying knock
sensor.
Knock sensor range / performance.
Yeah, and a knock sensor is going to cause it to lean out or richen up. Most of the time lean out. It's changed the timing of the ignition. So I mean that's a little bit heavier work. You generally have to remove intake manifolds, but again,
so there's not a rod or metal off a piston or camshaft that's in there that's blocking it. It's just this knock sensor.
Yeah, it recognizes a detonation or the sensor itself has failed, so it's not receiving signal.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I think you're overblowing it in your mind, Craig. What you really need to do, Jeff. I mean, you're a transmission guy. This would be something more for Kevin. Would you agree, or is this something you do every day?
No. I mean, quite frankly, for the last couple of years, it's hard for us to get to anything other than transmissions and transfer cases.
Yeah, and that's the bread.
But
and butter.
I do have a question for Jeff. For me, Jeff, I just want to ask you something. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but I had there was a dealer that did some major work on my daughter's Hyundai Elantra.
This is crazy, Jeff.
And it was at the body shop for 2 months, literally. Ugh. And it was someone else's fault. They stepped up. They're paying for everything. So anyway, here's the bottom line. It wouldn't start at first. When she went to pick it up, they said they test drove it the day before. So they said, you need a new battery in your key fob. So they put a new battery in the key fob, and it recognized the battery. And then it said, well, your battery's weak. Well, of course it's weak. It's been sitting there for months. Yep. And they finally took it for one test drive the day before. So they said the battery's weak. I said, well, I'll buy a new battery. But so they jumped us. Now, my daughter's driving. The car's starting fine, but it goes into limp mode with a check engine light. Now, they claim...
That was my bad. Keep going, Tom.
They claim it's a bad battery. Now, would a bad battery make a car go into limp mode after it's started several times and has been driving around? It's the day after we picked it up. Would a car go into limp mode because of a bad battery?
If it's sufficiently bad, you've got a bad cell or two inside there, then I could see that, but most likely not, no.
Batteries are disconnected after you start anyway.
Well, it still closes the circuit. But if it's if it's trying to overcharge because the alternator is trying to keep up with it, that can cause it. Or if you've got a failing alternator, it'll do it.
Tom, I've seen it. I've seen it a lot where the battery is so dead the car won't even run if you jump start it.
Yeah, but no. I'm talking about she's been driving the car and starting it 6 or 7 times so far and driving it.
And then it did it.
But she said from the first time she left the place, the body shop, it was running rough and it wasn't running right. And I said, well, that's not a battery. We'll get it checked. Until finally she calls and says it finally slowed down. And she said whenever she stopped to take off, it would take off and hardly go over 40 miles an hour. I said, well, that's in a bad way. And then finally it wouldn't move at all. So we called a tow truck. But bottom line is, I can't see a battery doing that. I mean, it's a battery that was in the factory and it's 3 years old. I mean, what would make that battery go bad? Like that. I mean, where it would cause that much trouble.
Factory batteries are notoriously short lifers.
No, I'm not talking about the life of a battery. I'm talking about the symptoms of a bad battery. A car going into limp mode, not being able to take off from a dead start, yet it starts the car perfectly.
It could be.
Okay, so a battery can start up a car perfectly several times, but still make the car run like crap.
If you've got a bad cell in that, it can do it. I'd be more inclined to say, it's more in the charging system than the battery itself, or somebody's left the ground or something disconnected when they did the body work.
Hey, Tom, when they checked it, you said they checked the battery when it was there. Did it have dead cells, or what did they say?
No, they didn't check the battery. Here's what they did. They put a new key fob in it, and then they jumped it because they said it was weak. And they jumped it, and they said, we think you might need a new battery after 3 years. And I said, okay. So I was going to get a new battery, but the car never ran right from the time it left there. Now, remember, I want to tell you what they did. They replaced the entire dash, the cluster, the front, all of the computers, everything. So I think it's just too much of a damn coincidence that the battery is causing all these troubles.
Boy, that's crazy they replaced all that. Tell people why.
Well, a roofing company dropped a giant pallet or something on the windshield, and it went through onto the dashboard and cracked the dash. Crushed everything.
Unbelievable.
Look, I mean, in another world, it might have been totaled, but the car is pretty new, and
it is what it is.
It was an amazing.
Well, sitting there for 2 months, it's not surprising they had to jump it. You said it popped the code. Have you chased that yet?
No, I haven't seen a code yet. We just had it towed into the dealership. Listen, they're standing behind everything. I just wondered why it would a bad. I guess my main question is this: can a bad battery? I'm not talking about something damaged with a hammer or something. Just a bad low battery cause a car not to drive after it gets started. I mean, I can see it not starting, but once a car is started, what the hell does the battery really do for running the car?
Typically not. And if it was that bad, typically it should shut back down after you've got it running. You pull your jumpers off, so usually shut back down.
But you're telling me, though, in general, though, a battery, if a car is running and I disconnect the battery terminal, it will stop the car?
No, if there's general rule, you should be able to run.
Okay.
So you could be able to, if you pull the jumper cables off, it should be able to continue.
No, not the jumper cables. I'm saying if I am driving, if I have a car that's running and I go in and disconnect the battery without shorting it, will it run without a battery?
In most cases, yes.
Okay.
You're running off of the charging system now.
Okay. So then that tells me that the limp mode or the bad performance of the car coming off the line at 2 or 3 miles, an hour. I mean, it tells me that it wasn't the bad battery causing all those troubles. That's just my gut. I mean, who knows? But
no, most likely it's something that happened at the last point of repair.
Okay. Anyway, thank you very much, Jeff Fick, Kimmer Transmission. As he said, he's buried with transmissions right now. Hey, Jeff, why are people keeping cars longer, or are transmissions just crappy?
No, people are keeping them longer. There's no two ways about that. I mean, we're starting to see a little bit tapering off, but with the high cost of vehicles the last couple of years and the normal interest rates, it's encouraged people to keep what they got as opposed to replace.
All right, so that's Jeff Fick, Kimmer Transmission, transmissionsdenver.com, 303-693-1400. More coming right up.
Frank Duran, the real estate man with RE/MAX Alliance. He is a certified negotiation expert, and he knows how to aggressively market your home.
With our specialized marketing knowledge, we aggressively implement the most advanced, innovative, and proactive marketing plan you will find anywhere.
For all things real estate, do not hesitate to call 303-920-1622 or get tips online at frankdurantherealestateman.com.
American Restoration 24/7 can be your friend, but I hope you never need them. They are a restoration company for property catastrophes. Coming up, unfortunately, in the Christmas season, we get fires. We get broken pipes from freezing. We get all kinds of problems. But your house can also have black mold, asbestos, unattended death, any kind of property catastrophe. That's where poison or toxic material is in your home. You have to eradicate it. You have to get rid of it and then rebuild. And American Restoration 24/7 can do it. Now, insurance pays for a lot of this. People think, oh, okay, I'll just call anyone because insurance pays. No, because insurance only pays once, even if they recommend someone. So if they recommend someone, they turn out to be crap, you're not getting paid again. So you got to call the right company up front, American Restoration 24/7. And the number, 8337-AM-REST, 8337-AM-REST, or online, amrest247.com. Hey, this is the time of year that people buy health insurance. If you need health insurance of any kind, whether you're self-employed, maybe you're employed with someone who doesn't offer it, or maybe you just need health insurance, you're a student, or you're on Social Security, Medicare, and the Medicare you want to supplement or Advantage, whatever it is, anything health insurance, Integra Insurance makes it simple and easy. They sift through all the choices and help you come up with the best plan for yourself. That's IntegraInsurance.com, 303-466-5500, 466-5500.
Like, you know how you go up through Blackhawk, up through, say, Golden?
Yep.
The windy road. And then instead of taking a left to go up Central City, you just keep going straight. So he's about, 5-10 miles past her. This guy was a polar bear forever.
Kelly's working on the camera now.
So in the middle of the freaking
All right, thanks.
winter, they'd saw out this thing in whatever pond or lakes up there, and about 10, 12 of these guys would plunge into there. Hey, Tom?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you about Anna. So Anna called up, okay?
Yeah. She called. Yeah.
She's a complete loon. So we finally get to it. She's upset because she hired a tree guy, and he did great work for her at one location. So she hires him at a different rental property to prune some other trees. And she has another tree guy go out for some other work, whatever that is, don't care. And while the other tree company's there, they said they'll do what this guy would do for about $200 less. So she calls up this guy and says, hey, will you do it for $200 less because I found a better price? Remember, these guys are already out there with their equipment and everything. This guy's got to pack up and go out there. He goes, no, I can't do it. So she ends up writing a really bad review about him. Nothing that I think is lying, but hey, I would never use these guys' 1-star review. They figure out she owns this rental business, so they go on and they leave some bad reviews about her. Once again, they're not like hellacious. They're basically like, hey, if you're a contractor, I would never do work there. She canceled on me at the last minute. So that's kind of where it's at.
Jeez.
Yeah, but she's fun. But where is she at now, Dragon? Where's she at now?
Oh, she's pissed at us for calling him.
Yep, she's pissed. I said, I'm going to call over there and talk to the guy.
Yeah.
I said, Kelly, get the number, and then she wouldn't give the guy's number.
So we found it.
Yeah, so she already gave the business name out.
Yeah.
So everybody found the number, and we called over there, and she started freaking out that I didn't have permission to call them. I explained to her, of course, I have permission to do whatever the fuck I want to do. And then
now she's throwing a hissy fit about, I didn't know I was on a radio show.
Yeah, of course not.
You guys are just doing this for ratings. You're not helping.
Well, some of that's true.
By the way, when we come back, I do want to take that quick comment on batteries, and then we'll go to Gerald, or should we go to Gerald next, and then we'll go to her, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's like,
okay.
She's off the hinge. So now she emailed a cease and desist to us.
Oh, yeah, cool.
I forwarded it to you.
All right.
It's the best.
I love Tom's reaction to that. Oh, cool.
Okay, let me bring up that
By the way,
picture.
Tom, I
I
have
got
the
it.
camera up.
Oh,
I
and
see
your
it.
name's Tom Marino.
Your name is Tom Marino.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Tom Marino.
Yeah, whoever Tom is, we don't know. We'll find out.
Geraldo Rivera.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, you know what? I just wrote a letter. I put some Viagra in my gas tank. It cured the lymph node immediately, Tom.
You jerk.
Yeah, but the transmission's a little stiff.
Tom, I did get the camera up.
Yeah, I got you. I'm going to get it right
right,
now,
cool.
dear. I'm going to get it right now.
All right, 10 seconds, guys.
trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khow.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Okay, so we're going to get a comment about the battery issue from someone. So let's go there and get that. What is your comment, Dan?
Hey, Tom, this is Dan. I'm up in Firestone.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
Listen, I had a similar problem with my wife's Mercedes, and we chased this problem for about 2 months. And believe it or not, it was the battery. And what I was told was that with these newer cars that are, these newer cars that are so dependent on electronics these days, that, if the battery voltage drops below whatever that particular vehicle is wanting to read at all times, it'll cause weird problems like that. Just weird, even driving issues, things like that. She was having issues where the throttle wouldn't respond correctly. She would go into limp mode. Like every 6 times she would start the car, it would just randomly go into limp mode.
Wow.
Weird things. Replaced the battery, and it went completely away.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Wow. I just didn't realize it would do that. Anyway, so... Geez, I just, Mark, does that surprise you at all? I mean,
I told you I saw it all the time, man. It was really crazy.
Huh.
I always kind of thought like you. Once the car started, the alternator is doing everything. But it's just simply not like that in newer cars.
Okay. 303-713-8255. Go ahead.
I explained a little about Anna.
Yeah. Let's bring
her up. I want to give you a shot at it.
Okay, hey Anna, let me just say right from the start, I apologize for Mark. What's the matter? If he offended you, I just apologize, Anna. Let's get a fresh start. What's going on?
I'm sorry, I don't know what question you're asking me, Tom.
Okay, Anna, you called us with a problem, and we want to help you if we can. So what's going on?
So you want me to repeat that?
Just
again?
real quick, just real quick.
The last one you told me that I had spent 40 minutes, which was not true. So you really want me to repeat that again?
Anna, here's what I want to know. Just the basic problem. I don't need to know each and every detail. The basic problem.
Okay, so then don't come back. Don't respond back with, we spent 40 minutes, because you already asked me to repeat it.
Okay, Anna, you were talking to Mark before, and he was very rude, and I'm talking to you now.
That was Mark?
That was Mark. I want you to make a note of that. It was not Tom.
Okay.
And sometimes Mark gets overly excited.
That's not true, Tom Marino.
Now, anyway, what's going on, Anna?
Okay. All right. So, no, honestly, I just really don't think that companies should be retaliating. If I hire you, if I hire a company, which I did, branching out tree service, if I hire them as an individual and they do a poor job,
right?
You should not, and then I try to contact them. So this is what happened.
So you hired him and tried to contact him, then you put up a review.
Right. To correct the issue.
Yeah.
And what was happening was I was not getting any response.
Yeah.
And I think some of that was actually intentional, because he responded. One of his responses was that if I don't cancel the contract within 48 hours, then I'm liable. So I think part of that delay was actually to get me not to cancel the contract so that I'm held liable.
Okay.
And so I started to see through that, and then I was like, no. I'm trying to cancel this contract so that I'm not held liable.
Can I ask you something? What did they do wrong? Let's just real quick. What did they do wrong?
So when I reached out to them, the first thing was they asked me, they did a job for me in Lakewood, Colorado. And I have property.
What did they do?
Colorado.
I just need to know what they did wrong, Anna.
Okay, so then they asked me for a review, okay, and they expected me to leave a review before the work was done. And because I knew that I had 3 jobs, I had signed up with them for 3 jobs, okay. The first one that I did.
Okay.
And then after
So what did they do wrong, Anna?
No. Listen, I'm getting there.
Well, you're going to get there in about an hour. Now, I'm not chiding you.
Hey, you are being rude, Mr. Marino.
I'm not going to get there in and out. If you let me, I'll be there within minutes.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So they asked me, and I was like, no. My understanding is that with Google, you can only leave 1 review. So I wanted to have this job done before I leave a review. But I think that kind of rubbed him wrong, as well as the fact that, I actually got a quote to do his scope of work at a cheaper price, saving me $230. Are you playing a violin? Is that a violin behind
Mark,
you?
stop that. Mark.
Tom, stop that. Are you playing a violin?
No, Mark, stop playing your violin. Stop strumming the violin there, bro.
Oh, that's Mark. That's Mark. Oh,
Yep, that's Mark again. Keep going, Anna.
Mark, stop it.
Stop it, Mark.
Okay.
Mark hates me. Okay, so back to talking to you. Mark, stop it.
No, I'm listening. I'm listening. But you said you were going to get there, and I'm waiting for you to get what did they do wrong.
No, I am getting there because Mark started playing his little violin.
Okay, stop it.
So, Mark, stop it. So, so when he was going to, I'm even confused. Okay, hold on. I got to get myself back to this. Okay. So Mark.
Yes.
Stop.
I'm not doing anything.
It's Mark. Okay, so we got to blame everything on Mark.
Right.
Exactly.
Mark is just,
He's one of those guys.
So
Yeah.
he is. Okay, so let me tell my story because I don't want you to quote me for taking 10 hours of your day. All right, so what had happened was, he was supposed to come out there, but, I actually, when I canceled, because when I started to see what was happening, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to listen to my gut, and I'm not going to do this. I'm going to cancel, and I'm going to request my refund. But then what was happening was he would delay responding to my emails and trying to.
Yes.
I hear a sleeping noise. Is that Mark? Again?
Yes, again. I'm sorry. Yes, again. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's distracting me, but I'm going to try to focus.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please.
Okay. So, so he was trying to drag this out.
What color shoes did he have?
Is
Hey,
that you asking that question?
No, Anna, here's what he's joking about, and it's kind of true. Now, listen, and don't take me the wrong way. I'm not Mark, but I'm thinking, I just need to know. I know you had other jobs going on, and you probably didn't want to leave a bad review, but you didn't want to leave a review at all until they were done. But I just need to know where did everything go wrong? What was the first sign of trouble, Anna? I just need to know what went wrong.
Okay, the first sign of trouble was when I was like, okay, I'm just going to ignore that little violin going on.
Go ahead. Hey, that's not authorized. That's an unauthorized violin because I know it's not coming from me. Go ahead, Anna.
Okay. So the first sign of trouble was when I was like, okay, something is going wrong here. I had already prepaid for a job, and I started asking, for my refund.
Right.
And he would not respond.
Now, did you want a refund because he did not finish the job or he did not start the job?
The job was not done because I have a peach tree. And if you know anything about fruit trees, they have to be pruned.
We got to go to break time.
Okay, hold on a second. I have to take a break and then hold on. So what I want to know though, did he do part of the job? That's a yes or a no, part of it.
He did a perfect job for her in Lakewood. Then on her Denver house, he was going to come out and do a job for around $450. Before he got out, the day he was supposed to come out, or whenever it was in the future, she had another tree company come out doing other work. While they were doing other work, they said, hey, we can do that pruning as well for only $220. So they were going to be a couple $100 less than this guy. She then calls up this guy and says, can you match the price?
Okay.
He says, no, I can't match the price. And for the life of me, that's all I know.
Okay, well that is
after an hour.
Anna, but that's pretty accurate, right, so far?
What you forgot to add was that when he said that, I was like, okay, as a small business, I'm going to respect.
Here's what I want to know: Did you want to cancel because you got a better bid?
Not at all, because I sent him an email afterwards
Then
saying,
why did you want to cancel? If he did a great job on the first property, why did you want to cancel on the second property?
Because he asked me to leave him a review before the job was done.
Well, no, maybe he wanted you to leave a review on the first job he did.
Exactly, but with Google, you can only leave a review once.
That's not true at all.
It's not?
No, it really isn't. Listen, Anna, where does it stand right now? Do you want to I got to take a break. Do you want a refund or something? That's what I have to know. We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
KHOW Denver.
That felt like a lot of work.
Heart radio station. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
We got a couple of good slowdowns on our northbound routes out here. There is a wreck northbound 225 just north of Mississippi, blocking up that right lane. Traffic is a little bit jammed up on the approach. Shouldn't take you a whole lot of time to get by the crash scene through there. Also looks like we had an issue northbound I-25 right about Auraria Parkway. They are out of traffic now, but northbound I-25 seeing some heavy slowing coming up from Alameda through there. Southbound Wadsworth was shut down at Hamden for a bad crash. They just reopened everything. As we take a look at your weather forecast for today, lots of sunshine, high up to 58 degrees. Right now we're at 55. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Lowe's knows you want to get more value for the holiday. That's why as a My Lowe's Rewards member, you get new member deals every week on holiday decor, tools, and more. Program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for full details, subject to change.
Keel and Park are estate planning attorneys. And you know what they do? They meet with you and go over your entire estate. They see what you have, what you want, your heirs, all of your investments and your properties, your artwork, everything important to you. Then they come up with a plan. Do you understand? All of this is done complimentary. Then they come up with a plan with what they think you need with flat rate pricing. Then you get to decide without any pressure what you want to spend on your plan. And you'll know exactly what it's going to cost with no pressure. Keel and Park. That's Keel and Park. 970-818-8198. LawKP.com. Hey, Made in the Shade. We learned the other day that people are still getting drapes and curtains. They're really very popular. In fact, they have powered drapes that will open and close with the touch of a hand or a wave of a hand. They have all kinds of technology. They have technology for shades and shutters and whatever you want. Solar powered, battery powered, activated by cell phones, or you can just get the good old fashioned dumb ones, but you get them all from Made in the Shade. They do everything. They come and they measure and estimate for free. If you go forward, they have the best installers in the business. Made in the Shade. 720-458-6566. DenverShades.co. Bro.
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir.
He also, the tree trimmer or the pruner, also had his employees leave reviews on her rental business as well.
Oh, good. This is great.
You can easily see how this lady can get under your skin very quickly.
Well, she thought the whole idea was she was pissed Because he wanted her to leave a review, and she had 2 jobs for him to do yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and she's pissed because he's left reviews on her in retaliation.
Ooh, try him again. You still got that number?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to get him up. Still, we're still trying to get the owner up. She's a hoot, though, man. See, you took a little different. You made fun of her. I screamed and yelled at her. So we've had her on both sides now.
Our branch.
I had her threatening lawsuits.
Branching out tree service.
You made her look like a Looney Tunes character.
Oh, I didn't do that. That was you.
Here's a good part, though. Here's a good part, Tom Martino.
Yes, sir.
I think Deputy Doc has finally found a gal.
What?
Yes, you didn't know that.
Must really piss her off.
Anna.
Really? Wow.
Would you please forward Deputy Doc all of Anna's home phone numbers and shit like that?
Get them hooked up on Match.
Nick, I like that board Nick is sporting. Nick is sporting a nice beard, man. Holy crapolies.
My hockey beard.
When's the last time you didn't have a beard?
Oh.
30 years.
No, not that long. Probably a good 15.
Okay.
So, yep. Group for hockey players.
What do you mean? It took 15 to grow that son of a bitch. What are you
No,
talking?
he's just never shaved it.
Yeah. Just trim it.
Nope.
I'm wondering for marketing reasons if we should block out his image.
I gotta go now.
Sorry, Nick. You can't punch me in the face when I'm here.
Oh, that's all right.
You probably could.
Deputy Doc, 80 years old with a full head of hair that he doesn't color. Who believes that?
Although I think I'm starting to see some gray shine.
Yeah,
too.
there are some grays coming.
Oh, yeah, right. He never had gray before.
Can you believe that's his natural hair?
That's pretty good. A lot better than me.
I don't.
You know what? JR from the road, is that where you got the thing about the date? JR says he'll pay for appetizers if he takes her on a date.
Yeah, I told him if I dated her, my unit would immediately go into limp mode.
Doc, let's all be honest about that limp mode. It's kind of permanent.
What's the over or under if she's married? You think she's married, Doc?
Takes a special kind of guy.
Tom, ask her.
Yeah.
No,
You
man,
might as
that's
well ask her and you'll
that's
just say, "I asked
sexist.
her."
I would never do that.
Just say,
That
"What's
is
your husband think about this?"
sexist. Oh my God, how could you even ask such a question? Hey, let's do a survey. Should Mark be canceled? Go on, do a survey. I can't do it. You do it.
That whole cancel thing's gone now.
Oh, it is. I know.
Today. Auto accident? Find out.
I want to take a few calls first. I'll go back to her, but let me just take somebody else.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hey, Anna, I can go back to you in a minute, but Rhonda or Gerald wants to talk about scammers. I want to make sure we warn people. Gerald, and I'll go back to you, Anna. What's going on, Gerald?
I've got one guy that keeps bugging me. This is going on 2 months already.
About what?
I won $1.2 million
Oh.
in the Procter and Gamble Las Vegas sweepstakes.
And you don't believe it, obviously.
Well, I got to send $1,800 for a paralegal to go over the paperwork with the IRS.
Answer Tom's question, though, Gerald. You don't believe any of this, right?
No.
Good.
And I told him it's a scam. It's a scam.
And what did he say?
This is 2 weeks. Now he's calling from the IRS. That's what he says. And he wants to settle this because the check is over at the airport waiting to be delivered.
Hey, you know what? This is something where we should take Dragon and blindfold him because and earmuff him because I should call this guy, but no. Technically, I mean Dragon's right.
Not on the air. We can make fun of him off.
Mr. Rule Follower, Mr. Dragon Rule Follower. The FCC says you got to warn people when they go on the air. However, they won't do anything about it unless there's
Let's call the guy up and tell him he won a prize on the radio. Then he can come on to claim the prize.
Then here's what I'm getting at.
Tit for tat.
These scammers are not going to file a complaint with the FCC. So, Mark, can you call them and block your cell phone or something and call them and talk to them so we can hear you talking to them?
Well, I hate to say this, Gerald, but they must have sensed a little bit of gullibleness, to say it nicely, in you for them to continue to pursue it.
Not when he tells them straight out he thinks it's a
hold on.
scam.
He was going to say something, Big Mouth.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, no, I told them it was a scam, and they keep coming back, and I says, I don't have enough money.
Okay.
Why don't you just block his number, Gerald?
True, but they got a loan for me for $500.
I want to go after this guy. Come on, man.
All right, listen, give Kelly the guy's name and phone number, and she'll put it up, and I will try to call him on break.
No, call him on the air, Mark. Mark, call him on the... Oh, you want to try to get him on the air?
Calm down, Marino.
What I want, I got to send them $1,800. So I got Monopoly money. I'm going to put it in an envelope and overnight it to... It was in Georgia where I had to send it. Now it's in Las Vegas. I got to send it.
Okay, hold on a second. Mark, let's try to scam the scammer.
I got you.
We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. By the way, let me give you this one. Waterpros.net. You know what I'm going to say. You get the best water systems year-end special, $31.95. That's $3,195. That is a bargain. That is the whole house softener and triple filter reverse osmosis. Now I'm serious here. Water is critical to us. Use only good water for both plumbing, your life, your laundry, everything. Okay, they do it for $31.95. Plumbers can't touch it for $12,000 or more. I'm telling you the truth here. 303-862-5554. Waterpros.net.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Any size soft drinks for $1.
We got a couple of good slowdowns on our northbound routes out here. There is a wreck northbound 225 just north of Mississippi, blocking up that right lane. Traffic is a little bit jammed up on the approach. Shouldn't take you a whole lot of time to get by the crash scene through there. Also looks like we had an issue northbound I-25 right about Auraria Parkway. They are out of traffic now, but northbound I-25 seeing some heavy slowing coming up from Alameda through there. Southbound Wadsworth was shut down at Hamden for a bad crash. They just reopened everything. As we take a look at your weather forecast for today, lots of sunshine, high up to 58 degrees. Right now we're at 55. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Wendy's has any size a la carte $1 soft drinks. Coke, Sprite, strawberry Fanta, whatever you want. Any size soft drink for $1? Gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
You know, I love Joe Ciano for the products that he offers people for investments, and one of them is overfunding life insurance. Now, this is for especially people starting out, but it's for really anyone. If you want to overfund life insurance, it grows tax-free. And then he shows you how you can build that cash value over time, borrow from yourself, pay it back with interest, and build up that cash value that actually turns into a retirement fund. You can get started for as little as a couple $100 a month. If you want to start investing, consider that. BecomeTheBanker.org, 303-779-6600. 779-6600. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. I can't say enough good about Frank. I'm serious. One thing that he does that so many people love is the free market evaluation or valuation of your home. Like, what will it sell for in this market? He takes into consideration all of the market factors, supply and demand, average time on the market, the interest rates, whatever there is, he takes into consideration. And he'll give you a price of what it will sell for. You know what? He does it, and it's complimentary. 303-920-1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622. 1622
Have 3 minutes. Our host will ask you one question. If you get it right, you win a gift card for $200.
Oh, no, he's doing that.
Fucker hung up.
Yeah, you're doing it online, and no one on our radio audience heard it.
He hung up on you?
He hung up. He had the audacity to say it was a scam. You should actually hear. He's got the prompts down right, though. It's when you call, it's the IRS. And you can pay 1 to get your refund, press 2 to whatever the fuck, and press 3 for an operator. And I knew it wasn't really the IRS when an operator answered in less than 30 seconds.
May I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Mark, we need to use this whole show as a best of over the holidays.
We should do I should have said, it's Marc Mager with WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yeah, watch out for the turkeys.
It's the great turkey giveaway.
That's a good one, Dak.
Oh, my God.
That's beautiful.
Oh.
I didn't know they couldn't fly.
There's turkeys crashing on the cars.
There's dead turkeys all over.
So we got fucking turkeys in our yard every day, and I mean big toms. And if we let our dog out and they're there, watching a big tom take off is like watching that Russian jet. I mean, it just starts going like this. And then, boom, you might get 1 foot of air. Then it jumps again. And then eventually it gets enough just to get into a tree. These things can't fly for shit, man. I assure you that was a very true episode. If you drop them from a helicopter, they will crash and die. Tom, you have a helicopter.
Oh, I'll bring
turkeys.
I'll bring them. Get me some
turkey. You come
turkey.
land at my house.
Get me some turkey.
We'll load up 4 or 5 turkeys, and we'll drop them over downtown Denver.
Frozen.
Oh, that would even be better. Butterballs.
It wasn't that. Oh, the horror, right?
The horror. That's right.
Yeah.
I actually have a shirt, T-shirt I'll wear that has that.
Oh, Petrali Roofing. Okay, got to get that done.
Yeah, I just sent that.
Tom, the number's up there if you want to try to call him on air.
Hey, do
Hey,
not give him any
no,
ideas.
because then he'll have an apoplectic seizure.
Then I can save him.
Kelly, why don't you try literally and tell him he won a prize?
Just be brutally honest with him. Hey, dickhead.
Hey, actually, I'm going to try something.
I'll think of something.
Wait a minute. I got an idea. I don't think he'll answer again, but we'll see.
We should have everybody call him, Mark. Everybody, all our YouTube morons, saying the same thing.
What's that?
Yeah, I have no control over the YouTube channel, so if you want to put his phone number in the YouTube channel, I got nothing to do with that.
You know, tell me this, were you one of the kids that raised their hand and then pointed at a guy and ratted him out? Teacher, he was talking.
Advantage, yes.
Teacher, he was talking behind your back, teacher.
I'm going to try to get him to come on as an honest scammer and explain how many people actually he gets money from.
Talk him into it, Mark. Go ahead.
Remembers the number or whatever.
No, now it's going to voicemail.
Damn it.
He
10
knows.
seconds.
Your free iHeart app and search 10 takes from Kyle Brandt and start listening.
630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-825-5888, 888heating.com. Don't forget the deep clean, $45. If you need your furnace done, do it before the real cold comes, 888heating.com. Now, this issue, who are we going to take next here? Because
let's finish up with the scammer. We tried to get him on. I tried during the break. He actually picked up. He goes by Officer.
I want
Michael
everyone to
Ross.
call him. I want everyone to call him.
That's a really good idea, actually.
All my YouTube morons, I want you to call him and tell him he's won a prize.
Yeah, he's won a prize from WKRP in Cincinnati.
His name is Officer Michael Ross.
Yep.
202 971 1494. Put it up on the chat.
Yeah, and don't hit any.
I'll put it up on the chat.
Don't hit any prompts. After the third prompt, he'll answer the phone, but he won't answer it for us anymore. But tell him he won a prize from WKRP in Cincinnati, and if he calls the radio show at 303 Martino, he can have a chance of winning $1,000.
You know, why doesn't it let me copy? I want to copy that.
I don't know, but you didn't do anything wrong.
Well, no, I'm trying to copy it onto our chat, and it won't. It doesn't let you. Oh, there it is. Okay, there he is, Officer Michael Ross. It's on our YouTube chat. Okay, I do have. Okay, so Gerald, we're gonna keep bugging this guy and figure out what we can do. Let's go back to Rhonda. Let's go to Rhonda now and get started on her problem with the battery, a 2002 Impala. Rhonda, what's happening?
Yeah, hi, Tom.
Hi. What's going on?
Scatterbrains should only get a minute to get their story out.
I'll give you more than that. No, we might be going to a break, but I seriously want to get someone helping you. What's going on with your Impala?
Well, we put a new battery and a starter in, and we started it, and then when we went to turn it off, the motor wouldn't turn off.
Oh.
So we tried to get the battery undone, but we couldn't get it done.
What kind of car is it?
It's a 2002 Impala.
Wow, we should ask.
Hold on. We're going to get an expert on, Rhonda. In fact, he does electrical stuff. But even if you disconnected the battery, I don't think that would have stopped the engine. You could have grabbed a hold of the fan belt or something. I'm just kidding. Rhonda, I'm just kidding. Anyone listening? Okay, we're going to call Kevin Calkin from Sheridan Auto Tech and see what he has to say. Well, did you ever get it done, or did it run out of gas, or is it still running?
Still running.
No, really?
No. No, we got it. We got it turned off. We were putting it in gear, putting it back in park, messing with the ignition switch.
How did you finally get it off?
It finally just quit.
Okay.
You broke it.
I hope not.
It probably broke. It started smoking and everything.
Oh, no. So wait, all you did was you put in a new battery and a new starter.
God, what would do that? Like maybe if the smoking could be from the starter solenoid if it never disengaged the Bendix, but let's get one of our experts on.
Yeah, those 2002s. Okay, so you hold on, Rhonda, and we'll get Kevin on. I think Kevin should be the one if we can get him on. 303-713-TALK is our number, folks. 303-713-8255. So, Anna, Mark, did you try to get this guy on the phone, the other guy?
We are trying. We have.
Let me explain
have we left
something.
Messages? Yes.
Okay, now let me explain something that I didn't explain before, and that is when she hired this tree service, the reason she gave him a bad review is because he wanted a review on the first job, and she said we had 2 jobs to go. And when he kept forcing me for a review, I wanted a refund. And so, but coincidentally, she got a lower bid from somebody else, he said.
Yeah, coincidentally.
Well, that's what he said. And then anyway, so then he started putting bad reviews up about her rental business. And that's where we are. I read her email. So we'll come back to that and more on the Troubleshooter Show. What a nightmare I had today. But anyway.
Actually, Dragon, can you, when you cut that up, can you send it to me for the 4A best of today?
Still had that rental car. We didn't give it back.
I think it's fine.
I have it till next week. I'm keeping it.
I think her car is going to be fine, Tom. They're going to put a battery in it, and I bet it's good.
But Mark, I find it's just shocking to me a battery would do that. But we'll see. I bought a new battery and I didn't put it in, so now it's at the shop. And if they say it's just the battery, I'm running that battery over to them. I just bought it. I can't, and you can't return a battery.
Hey, YouTubers, what we would really like is if you can get that Officer Michael Ross to come on the show. We can call him.
And yeah, we'll let him talk about a scam and everything.
Yeah, we would like to know, like, how many people, how much has he made off of it, what country he's in. I mean, he can come on and really give us the insider scammer stuff.
Oh, while I'm on the air? Okay, I'm going to turn that down when we're on the. Right now, I'll leave it on though, so you can hear, and then your mic's on too, so you can talk to him.
Thanks.
I'm going to go and get more cafe.
I don't blame you. It's one of those mornings.
Is it Thursday?
Yeah, all day.
Who's over there, D?
Hey, Mark, it's Dimitri. I'm over here.
What's up, brother?
Just hanging out with a cat, drinking coffee. Just
nice.
Time of my life.
Did you use the golden throne?
Yeah, I left some yellow drips on the seat too, just in case.
Nice. You have to mark it.
Yeah. I autographed it 2 different ways.
Then you blame it on the cat. Hey, what's that movie where the cat takes a shit in the toilet in the God dang it. It's got a
What?
Yeah, it's funny as hell, man. Meet the Parents.
Oh, I've never seen it, but they have a toilet trained cat.
They have a toilet trained cat. So the that one asshole, I used to like him, De Niro.
Oh.
Until he came out with the most crazy shit I've ever heard. But anyhow, he trains the cat to take a shit. So he's over there meeting him for the first time, and the cat, of course, runs in to the bathroom. He opens it up in the middle of the night to take a piss, and the cat's sitting up there taking a dump.
Oh, no.
Then another great part about that is he scares the cat. The cat jumps up onto something, knocks over his mother's urn, and his father's ashes or his mother's ashes go everywhere. Then the cat takes a piss in him.
Oh, my God. By the way, they do train cats to do that. And,
I know.
And they flush. They are also trained to flush the toilet.
It's pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show.
I wonder if you could do that with a male for peeing, though. Probably not, huh? He'd be spraying everywhere.
I'm sorry?
Oh, I don't know. I only have female cats. I don't know.
Hey, you called a radio
I've
show.
never looked into it.
Oh, that's probably our guy, bro. Kelly, that's
no.
probably our guy.
And his back.
Did he have an accent?
No.
Oh.
And his back.
Anna's never left us.
Did Rhonda say how long her car was running before it started to smoke?
No, I bet all that smoked though was either the starter or the alternator.
Well, you can't smoke till you're over 16, right? So it's got to be at least a 2008 car.
Yeah, well, it's a 2002, so she's all legal now.
Hey, Tom.
He stepped out.
Tell him to make sure to hit Gravina coming back hard.
Okay.
Please. If he doesn't, I'll say a keyword. I'll go, let's think of one. Hamster. If he doesn't start that way, I'll say hamster. You smack him in the head.
I think Rhonda needs to figure out where the fuse is for the fuel pump, and she needs to be ready to pull that out next time the car doesn't start.
Wow, that would work.
Doesn't stop. Yeah, that's the first thing I would have done.
JR says, my wife just asked if the cat trainer could teach my husband how to flush the toilet.
Tom, Mark asked you to do a Gravina ad when you return.
Just hit him hard when we come back. We missed him all last hour, basically. I hit him good in the first.
I got it. Thanks.
50 kinds of windows. You buy one window, you get 14 free.
Here's a silly question. Say if it's cold out, will you guys bring a heater? For the person that owns the place? No.
Good afternoon. Thanks
Get a
for
little
calling the
closer.
Tom Martino
No?
Show.
Ask him any question you can imagine about windows.
I'm going to.
A serious question.
Because if it's 32 degrees outside and you're replacing a window that's in the kitchen that's
Hello?
breezing over everybody, their furnace can't keep up. You want to help out?
Did you hear about Whoopi Goldberg?
We usually just go one window at a time. In summer, we'll get them all out.
A co-host walked off the show.
We take one out and put one right in.
But winter one at a time. That's right.
Oh, Tom, so there was this clip about Whoopi Goldberg saying that the choice for defense secretary was a TV host. She totally missed the fact that he was a 20-year Army veteran. He had all sorts of credentials, but the only thing that she was making fun of was that he was a host of a TV show.
Oh, his credentials are great,
Yeah,
man.
but she was saying, she was laughing at the fact that, oh, we now have a defense secretary who is a TV host. The fact that he served, I don't know how many tours of duty in Iraq and Afghanistan, had all sorts of credentials, didn't matter to them. They are so blind when it comes to anything to do with Republicans. It's just insane.
Hey, by the way, is your son in a depression?
Oh, he's really upset.
Oh, how was the dinner?
Oh, the dinner was fine. We it was typically apolitical. It was me and my son and my daughter-in-law and my two cousins who are my age. So we had a very pleasant dinner, and we just didn't talk about politics at all.
Go ahead.
Are his dogs Republican or Democrat?
I think they're independent.
Okay.
We got,
because they've both been neutered.
We got an invite to the neighbor's house. You've met him, Tom, numerous times probably for.
Yeah.
But the two ladies.
Yeah.
One of theirs is the 75th birthday. So Sunday we're going to stop in, and they texted, not me, but Suzanne, that, hey, she doesn't want any gifts and doesn't want any politics mentioned.
Of course not.
So what do I do if I get over there and someone else starts the conversation?
Well, I think you just wear your MAGA hat. Don't
the
say
bigger
anything.
person?
Just wear your hat.
I don't want to give her a heart attack.
10 seconds, guys.
They're
Win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, what's going on in your life? We are happy to serve you and to help you if we can by solving problems, answering questions, and taking complaints. This hour brought to you by DenverRegen.com. Listen, starting at about $250 or $75, it's under $300, man. You can get weight loss drugs that are compounded and save a ton of money from DenverRegen.com. Going into the holidays, you may want to do that. Also, stem cell therapy, including hair regeneration, and I can attest to that. DenverRegen.com. Let's keep going. Okay, so Rhonda has an issue with her battery. We got Kevin Calkin on, Sheridan Autotech. SheridanAutotech.com, by the way, and they do electrical issues. They also do pre-buy inspections for used cars. 303-455-7242. Kevin,
Hey, Tom.
I want to talk to you about this one. They put a starter and a battery in a car. Then they started it. It started up fine. It ran fine. Right, Rhonda? Right? So far, so good. But then it wouldn't turn off.
And an alternator, right?
Wait. What did you replace exactly?
Yeah.
I think she said starter, but I might be wrong.
And starter.
Battery and starter.
Battery and starter.
Why would that not turn off after what could you do wrong putting in a battery and a starter that wouldn't allow the car to turn off? A mystery.
You know, unless something is touching power where they had, there's multiple wires. Is this, I heard it earlier, was it an older Chevy?
Oh, a 2002
Yeah,
Impala.
2002.
Yeah, so there's
Maybe the
multiple wires on a
ignition
starter.
Yeah, but what would that mean? The starter remained engaged?
Not necessarily if he's backfeeding to the ignition switch, or the ignition switch itself is no good.
But what would that mean then? It doesn't. So how does a car turn off when you turn the key off? What does it do?
When it's a switch that actually kills the 12 volts to the ignition.
Okay, so it kills the 12 volts from the ignition. So even after it's started, the ignition being generated by the alternator or the spark is turned off.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
So
something's either backfeeding from the starter, they got a wire crisscrossed, or a bad ignition switch.
So it was basically just kept feeding voltage to the spark plug, which kept feeding the combustion.
Well,
all right.
Wait, I got a question for Rhonda. Why did you replace the battery in the starter?
Yeah, good question.
Well, the car had been sitting there, and the battery was old, so
why the starter?
We replaced the battery, and it didn't start, so we thought it would be the starter.
Okay. Kevin, does that shed any light? I mean, that problem.
Well, I mean, it could have had an existing ignition switch problem. You have no history on the car and repairs, so yeah. So I mean, you could just be finding all the problems one by one, which is how it works. Yeah.
That ignition switch is in the dash. It's not on the steering column, so it's going to be.
Rhonda, how long did the car run until it stopped, and where did the smoke come out of?
Well, first of all, tell Kevin how you got it stopped. That's really important.
Oh, it's
it's
harsh.
Putting it in gear, trying to turn the ignition switch back and forth, and it started smoking and then quit.
How long did it run before it smoked?
I would say it was running 5 minutes.
Oh. Could you tell where the smoke came from?
Just under the hood or what?
Yeah, the hood.
Yeah, under the hood. We had the hood open because we were, And
now it doesn't
was
want to start.
crazy. I'm afraid to start it again because if it doesn't stop, I don't.
Sure.
I'm afraid to start it again, so I'm in a dilemma.
No, you can just pull a relay or something up under the hood to shut it off. A fuel pump relay's real
Get
quick.
it towed to somebody like Kevin, for God's sake.
Yeah, get it fixed.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll have to do. is
Well,
get
yeah,
it
I mean,
towed over
imagine
there.
if it gets worse.
Yeah, you don't want to
Right.
do any more damage to it.
For sure.
Where do you
Thank
live?
you so much. Arvada.
Oh, we're close. Yeah, we're in Lakewood.
Hey, Kevin, I know that, and thank you very much. I know that you do inspections sometimes when people have a problem.
Yep.
I just want to get this straight because I did get a text. It wasn't a complaint. It was a question because they were quoted a price on something they wanted you to look at. When do they get free diagnostics? Sometimes you do that. And I don't, like I said, I don't mean to put you on the spot because you don't have to give free diagnostics to anyone if you don't want to. But when do you do free diagnostics?
Well, we'll pull codes for free. We'll
Okay.
just let them know what we think we need to do. Give them a good idea before we.
But if they come in and say, hey, my air conditioner's not working or my heater's not working or I have this intermittent problem or that, what do you do if there's no code? I mean, what do you do?
Well, that's where the experience comes in, and the experienced techs, they know where to start looking. And they start.
But it's not. But do you do just a few minutes? I mean, in other words, what about the diagnostic issue? If they made an appointment or something,
Sure.
Is there a basic charge or how does it work?
Yeah, 90% of the time we can tell them if it's going to be an inspection for free or we're going to need 1, 2, or 3 hours.
Okay, got it.
It varies from car to car, but they'll have that info before we start.
But stuff like if someone comes in and their brakes are grinding, I mean, that's a free deal, right?
That's an inspection. That's free.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's Sheridan Auto Tech. Again, I can't say enough about them. 303-455-7242. And Mark has an issue we'll take after the break on car rebates. And I have some texts. I have some texts for Gravina. You guys say you have 50 lines of windows. Okay, now are they 50 different brands or different lines within brands or what? Somebody wants to know?
Yeah, it's more like lines. They're not 50 brands.
Okay, that's good. About how many brands do you have?
I'd say probably like 12 to 15. And then each brand has, anywhere from like 1 to maybe 5 or 6 per.
Okay, got it. No, that's good. Now, someone has a rental And they said, in their words, they don't give a damn about it.
Right?
I'm not suggesting you do garbage or you want to, but what would you do if you had a rental? Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on, there's some upper scale rentals and there's some lower scale rentals, I mean, to be honest. So, I mean, it really just...
Do you have cheap windows?
Oh, yeah, we have everything. Everything from bottom of the barrel, stuff like that. If you really want to just, hey, let's get it. I'm going to rent it for 2 years and I'm going to sell it. Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Or, hey, I got a great one down in Castle Pines that I'm going to rent out for $10,000 a month, whatever you want.
All right. And one other, this comes from my Google. And by the way, people, if you want to text me on the Google, it's 747-999-5280. I got to remind people of that because it's not as advertised, of course, as the iHeart short code, which is 57739. Put Tom in that one. But on this one, you don't have to put Tom. It comes right to me, 747-999-5280. So somebody wants to know if there are any rebates, energy rebates or anything available for high-efficiency windows.
There are, and the rebates are a lot different, especially changing in the year or two. A lot of them are Energy Star, and the way that Energy Star works with windows and even, washing machines and all that stuff change usually per year. But depending on how good of a window you buy, depends on how good of a rebate you can get.
What's an idea of the best rebate right now?
We have one person that I know that went full bore, and I think it was probably somewhere around $700-800 if I remember, but I'm a little mistaken. But usually every year is $250, $350.
Wow.
Somewhere on there, yeah.
Okay, so we got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-8255.
Think tradition. Think Gravina's Windows and Siding, founded by Larry Gravina in '88. He and his son Nick have 75 years combined experience. Heritage every company wants, but few achieve. More choices too. 50 lines of windows, many brands of siding, and luxurious entry doors, French doors, and more. GravinaWindows.com, 950 West Evans. The only Gravinas on referralist.com. 303-472-8462. 472-8462. GravinaWindows.com.
Now, I have 3 items I want to talk to you about, all having to do with investments. First of all, Vestera Investments. Vestera Turnkey. Barry Miller and his team are esteemed real estate brokers. Barry Miller, from the buyer broker side, he invented that years and years ago. Let me explain something. He's got a way to buy real estate, turn a profit, 30 to 80% a year. You become a landlord. It's not a group property. You're not pooled with anyone. He guides you through buying, selling, and through management, all of it, where you don't even have to take phone calls. If you want to find out more, December 7th is a webinar, and it is mybiggestreturn.com to sign up. mybiggestreturn.com to sign up. Now, the next investment I want to talk to you about are fixed indexed annuities, which are safe and secure, never to lose a dime. And as you get older and you're looking for safety and security, I recommend Joe Ciano and his team, financial planners, and he can fix you up with one of 57 different annuities because he knows one size doesn't fit all. That's Joe Ciano, and it's mymoneymyway.com, 303-779-6600. And speaking of investments, I started an investment company. In fact, I use Joe when people need an annuity or they should have one. And as you get older, there's always room for an annuity in your portfolio. But we also do direct investment advisement. I have registered with the Securities Division of the state of Colorado for one reason. I was sick and tired of the industry, and I wanted to show people what I've been doing for the last 6 years, and I wanted to help them directly because most every advisor, unfortunately, takes part in, and I say unfortunately, in my opinion, in what's called a turnkey asset protection or asset management program. Okay. And that means they put your money somewhere else. That's what it means. They're middlemen. They're not your advisors, even though they call themselves advisors. And I recommend that you should get a second look. That's it. There's no obligation. And people who've called me know that if they have a great thing going, we tell them they have a great thing going. But I am so happy that we have advisors working directly with people, directly investing, directly managing, and never middlemen. We serve you. So if you want a free second look, 303-771-HELP, 303-771-4357. 100% of my own money's in this company. And it's 303-771-HELP. Or you can go to wave8, the number 8, wave8capital.com. Does Gravina go to Bailey? And how many windows? Okay.
Yeah, here we go. So
Deputy Chopper has an update on K Champion. Oh, that was a long time ago, wasn't it? Was that a long time ago, that K problem?
Of course, we shoveled.
Right.
But where we couldn't shovel, like on the roofs and stuff, where I'm telling you, there's probably close to 3 feet on my metal building.
Did your normal roof start making noises because it was so heavy?
Nah, it's pretty strong.
Yeah. Mine does when we get tons. It starts creaking.
No, I haven't heard it. There was a ton up there. I was getting worried, man. But I got heat tape in 3 different places. We got snow guards. We got 100-foot trees wrapped around the whole thing. So there's areas of the roof I had to do heat tape because the sun simply won't hit it.
Right.
And it'll never go away.
Right. It'll just accumulate. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Gym day today. I like it when I'm done, but man.
How many acres? You got acres out there?
That it gets easier.
6.
I was telling myself that.
How about you?
I started
I
working
just
out
live
at 47.
in a neighborhood up in North Denver. So normal little.
We did forever, man. We lived in a
What I mean is,
neighborhood in Parker, and then we moved to Castle Rock, and then frankly,
so you just keep upping so nothing ever gets easier.
Yeah, you want to make sure it doesn't get easier. That's the proper way
really
of doing
nice.
it. How long is your workout?
When our kids were little, they basically both grew up in Castle.
Whoa.
We were in a cul-de-sac.
With shower
And a ton of kids their age, they all grew up together.
That's
We're all still
long
friends. I
ass
mean, literally,
workout.
some of them are
Is it
best. All of
weights?
them are best friends.
I do weights. But I do.
That was really
I
cool.
do
If they grew up in Franktown, that wouldn't have
I
happened.
do cardio weights.
So I mean, it's good and bad. But Ponderosa is a way better school than
Now,
Castle.
listen, I rest in
Those
between
Castle Rocks, there was
sets,
drug
not
overdose
machine sets,
all
in
the time
between
in the high
muscle
school.
groups.
The suicides were.
So when I
you wouldn't
do,
even believe
like,
how many suicides. And the problem is
800 crunches,
they never talk
they're
about
straight.
suicides on the news.
800?
So the only time you end up really hearing about them is when it
That's
comes
awesome,
directly
Tom.
from the school to a parent's email.
Yeah,
But the amount of drug overdoses and stuff,
amazing.
once
I
they
guess
moved to
it's
Ponderosa, none of that.
I mean,
None of it.
I have a pretty good
They had
definition,
friends that
but
were called
a little bit of
furries.
pouch,
You know what those are?
Just a
I
little.
never
That's
in
the
my life
hardest
seen
fat
them.
to
They're
get
real. I mean, they dress up as whatever they are every single day. Furries.
Oh yeah.
I think those are starting to get banned at certain schools. Like a guy that works for me, his daughters, when they were in high school, they started banning
that's
dress
totally
like that.
It's so
You'll
weird.
go away.
There was a clip on YouTube about a cop who pulled over this guy.
The one thing that works really well for people who have that
He says, well, I'm
intermittent
going to have to
fasting,
arrest you because cats
body will
can't drive cars.
skin.
I'm going to have to bring you to the shelter where they're probably going to give you a rabies shot
And euthanize
maybe
you.
neuter you because that's what they do with stray cats. It was hysterical. And it was for real. The guy was really one of these people who think he's a cat.
Just deep down, sticking to his guns.
Meow.
The high intensity.
And the person that was with him wasn't his partner, it was his owner.
I don't go that high, but I don't stay at resting either.
I mean,
Yeah,
some people are
seen
just
it.
so
It helps.
sick.
10 seconds,
It
guys.
has
We would.
increased my
I remember
stamina.
dropping.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Deputy Chopper, tell me about Kay. What happened was Champion Windows installed in March, and there were no screens. and she was pissed off and wanted screens. So you took it over. They promised they were going to get them done as soon as possible. By the way, Champion is one of the most dreadful companies known to man right now. They went from hero to zero after a big equity company took them over. And I'm sorry to insult them, but it's the truth. We've had more complaints about them than any other home improvement company. So go ahead. What's going on, Kay? And what's going on, Chopper?
Tom, they promised that they would be out the first week in November. They had her screens. The guy called and said, well, all the screens in the trucks don't have any names on them, so we're going to take them back and we'll get back with you. I'm so tired of this from Champion. I think I heard Nick say that they would do 3 windows or something, but if they don't get this lady their screens by March of next year, because she lost the entire summer, I will pay for 3 screens. And if Nick could just tell me if they will do it or any other company he knows that makes screens. But
Champion, honest to God, Champion should be ashamed of themselves.
That she should take them to small claims court.
That's what I would do.
Mark, she's older than me and Tom. She's
oh, my God. How is she moving?
You sons of...
Well, she's not Doc's age.
Hey, she's Doc's age?
Holy moly.
Yeah. I
Listen.
mean, I'll pay for the screen.
You know what we have to do when Doc comes to work? We have to make him fog a mirror so we don't, because we don't want to have to carry him out. So he has to fog a mirror. And if he makes fog, we know he's good to go. And Chopper, listen, man, seriously, this sucks. Who have you talked to? I want to give out the number. Who have you talked to at Champion?
You get a different person from
Okay.
New Jersey.
They're horrible, man.
They're the worst company. People, I am telling you, do not use Champion. It's that easy. Do
In our opinion, they
not
suck.
That's my opinion. And Mark, we're basing it on some call after call after call after call after call after call. Hey, I want to know something, and I don't care. I want to ask them. We got Gravina on. Do you guys get a lot of calls after someone called Champion?
We do. We don't fix other people's stuff.
But it's unfortunate, isn't it?
It's very unfortunate, In this case, there's a place called Metro Screenworks that I think is a mobile site that we refer people to. I haven't personally used them, but we've never heard really anything bad. But they'll go out to the house, measure it, build them on site from what I understand, and get them in there for you.
Oh, that's perfect.
I have a question.
That's great.
Yeah. Thank you, Chopper. I have a question for you guys. Does Gravina's go to Bailey?
Of course, yes.
Okay. Where do you go? Give me your north, south, east, and west.
Yeah, so we'll go pretty much all the way up to Vail, Fort Collins, out to Lyman, and down to about the Springs.
Oh, very cool. Now, next question. Will you replace 1, 2, or 3 windows, or does it have to be the whole house?
We'll replace one window if that's what's needed.
Okay, cool.
We're hoping to get people, even if they have one right now, that they like it so much they're going to want to continue to do it.
And you also do commercial stuff, right?
Depending on the commercial.
Well, let's say like a convenience store that's got those big windows. Do you do stuff like that or no?
No, that's storefront. We will not do that.
No storefront.
No, commercial for me is like an apartment complex, but there's still
gotcha.
residential windows, but it's a multifamily.
All right, cool. Back to Anna. Now, Anna, I'm sorry for the wait. I had to take some people who have been waiting. So where we left it with Anna is and I read her email, so I do know your story, Anna. And the story is she was frustrated with this company because he was pushing her for reviews, but he hadn't finished the jobs yet. And she wanted to wait because she thought she could only put in 1 review. Even though the first job was done correctly, she had 2 to go. And when she refused to do she did a poor review, though. Now, here's what I don't understand. And Rhonda, if you could just help me, Anna, not to go back over the whole story, but I have a very quick question, and that is, if they did 1 job fine and they were in the middle of the second job and he wanted you to do a review and you disagreed on that, why did you give them a bad review? That's the part I don't understand. Why not just do no review at all? Why did you do a bad review? Okay. Are you there, Anna? She's not there.
Sounds like she's gone.
Okay. You know what? Actually,
I think she's part of the 4B movement as well.
Actually, I don't want to take it again, okay? I don't want to take it again. I'm marking this closed with no issue.
Dental.
Do not let
Put it
her
under the dental category.
Do not let her take. I do. Bruce has
Root
a comment.
Canal Anna.
Bruce has a comment on Champion Windows. Go ahead, Bruce. What's your comment?
Good afternoon, Tom. Appreciate this.
Hey.
We had talked earlier concerning my complaints of whistling windows. We live out on the plains. They came, took the trim
Now,
off,
was this Champion?
found
Was this Champion?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was Champion Windows. We talked, I don't know, 6-8 months ago, you and I did.
Yeah.
Concerning this. They finally came out, did do a little bit of warranty work, opened up the existing trim that was on there, and we found gaps where they weren't sealed. They weren't foamed in. They proceeded to fix 3 of the windows out of the 9 and didn't bother with the rest. Touched a couple pieces of caulking up and left. And this was 2 Champion supervisors in Champion window trucks that came from Elizabeth, I think, up to our place in Watkins.
Oh, man.
You know, at one point, going back, it's probably been 8-9 years now.
Longer.
We never got complaints
10
on them.
years.
Then when that equity company came in, and I want to say this.
There
to
were
a lot
2
of
things
people.
that happened. Paul Bono left.
Yeah, he's gone.
And when he left, it started a little, but then they closed the factory here, and then they were purchased by some private equity firm.
Who also bought about 10 other little window companies. So what I wanted to tell people, though, there's a lot of brands out here. I'll use one right now, Don's Garage Doors. Tom, you knew Don personally for a long time.
He was purchased by a private equity firm.
A private equity firm that also purchased probably 10 or 12 other smaller garage door companies around here. A lot of times people don't realize you're dealing with one conglomerate, but you're thinking of the name, the person that did actually start the business and cared about it. I mean, to me, it's remarkable how these things happen.
Yeah, and to Don's defense, I guess he wanted to retire, and
yeah, there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying a lot of people think the name is still the same person. It simply isn't.
Yeah, I know.
Same with these big car dealerships. You know, I mean, you go ahead, name one. Name one that
Stevenson.
is still the same founder.
Stevenson.
Well, they don't own it anymore.
That's right. There's several. Okay, several. I mean, how about I can't even remember their original names because they're so far gone right now. But one thing that did stay in the family, but it still went to hell, was Champ.
I'm not sure it's still in the family. We did get an email one time saying the kid owned it.
Yeah, I think she passed it on to her son. Went to hell. But there were really good people around that aren't around anymore, and just the whole thing. Now, some get better, believe it or not. What?
Have you,
when
had a big?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to ask him if he's had one of these companies ever come to you guys at Gravina and say, "Hey, do you have any interest in selling out?"
A couple over the years, but I just brush it aside. It's not anything that we're looking for.
Yeah.
At
Okay.
all. I mean, I'm here for the next 20, 30 years, easy.
Yeah.
So, that's my passion. It's what I know. It's all
As
I know.
my mom said, God willing.
There you go.
Okay. Anyway, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Talking about garage doors. Oh, no, well, let me go to Mark. He's been waiting longer. But Gilberto, we'll go to you, too, with that garage door problem after that. Mark, what's going on with car rebates, Mark? What's happening?
Hi, Tom.
Hey, Mark.
As you probably know, Excel has a $5,500 rebate out for EVs and plug-in cars.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, I know they have various rebates. I don't know each and every one of them. But go ahead, sir.
Okay. The process is that you submit an application with them, and you qualify on the basis of whether it's a plug-in or an EV. It's the same dollar amount of rebate, the $5,500, but you need to have income that is 80% of your county's medium income. It can't be any higher than that.
Now, is it for what if you just buy an EV? Do you have to have an EV and a charger?
No, there's a separate thing for chargers. There's some money available for chargers too.
Okay.
So the car program is that you buy an EV or a plug-in, and if you qualify, you get the $5,500.
Okay.
Well, hold on. I'm just a little curious. Why is that? Why would Excel, a power company, if you're not installing a charger and it has nothing to do with power, you said that was separate, why are they giving $5,500 to you if you buy one of those?
I don't know what their motivation is. I would suspect perhaps there's a little political pressure put on them to help, electrify Colorado since there's such a big push.
So what
for that.
what happened? What happened
So
here?
many, I think. Well, let me get to what happened here, which I think is just a very poor business practice on Excel's part. So the steps to do this, and I've done this, is you send in your application, they verify your income, and they send you back a number that says you're pre-approved. Give this number to the dealer, and they'll apply the rebate at the point of sale, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. And and the other qualification is that the car has to have an MSRP of $35,000 or less. So there's not a lot of cars that fit into this category. And I was looking at a Prius plug-in, but I had to get the very base model. Dealers don't have a lot of those around. Had to wait for their order to come in. Had to wait a few weeks to get it. So yesterday, I get an email from Excel says, hey, we've run out of money. We're not taking any more applications.
Oh, and now the dealer's going, where the hell's my money?
Yeah. Right.
Wait.
So,
hold on a second, Mark. Hold on, Mark. Hold on. Did you close on this vehicle with the promise of bringing him the money, or did you pay and you're expecting reimbursement?
No, I've not closed on it, fortunately, because the car.
We got to take a break.
All right, hold on a second. We'll come right back to you, all right? Hold on.
This is good information.
Bro, we'll come right back to you. This is important. I'm Tom Martino.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by ReadyWhip.
We got a pretty
I
good
got bad
backup
news for
behind
this
our
guy,
crash
and I
northbound
hope you picked
225
up on
north
it,
of
Mark.
Mississippi in that right lane. So you got to keep to the left side of the highway. Backups start at Iliff, and this is only going to cost you about 5 extra minutes as you work yourself past that crash scene. We're really heavy and slow northbound I-25 across downtown. We started off with a wreck around Auraria Parkway. You still might see a little activity to the shoulder. But it's slow all the way up to I-70 coming up from Broadway, and a lot of that can be construction-related as well. Denver weather for today, we're looking at sunny skies, high up to 58, and that's where we're at now. With a look at your impact traffic and weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
This is the sound of holiday happiness. Yeah, ReadyWhip. Fun to use, fun to eat. You're not ready for the holidays? Without ReadyWhip.
All right. Speaking of EVs, what about solar systems? I'm going to tell you something. If you get an EV charger in conjunction with your solar system, that EV charger is part of the big rebate you get from the federal government for tax credits. In fact, if you put in a high-efficiency furnace, you get that too. Or an air conditioner. So RedRocksRS.com can help you with all of that. Red Rocks Roof and Solar. They are the solar experts who don't just sell it, they install it, and they service it, and they know about all of these tax credits and financing. In fact, they have grants for commercial systems if you qualify, where you get it all paid for. RedRocksRS.com, 303-704-2449.
It's probably 400 miles, maybe. No, it's more than that. I think it's like 600. Whatever it is, doesn't matter where you're going. California, Las Vegas, doesn't matter. So you put in the address, and it finds superchargers along the way, and it tells you when to stop and charge. So the first time you stop and charge might be an hour and a half of driving. and you might still have 70, 80%, but it's calculated what it wants to do.
Right.
So you stop there, and generally speaking, you charge for about 5-6 minutes. That's it, just like gassing up and going. That's what they're trying to emulate. So 5-6 minutes, by the way, on a supercharger can be, 40%. It's massive, man. So then you take off again. The most I've ever seen it get down to is like 10%. So, but it does all the work for you. It just simply does it.
Tells you, yeah.
Then in the back, you always have your emergency charger that you can plug either into a 50 amp or I can plug into a damn wall socket, which would take like
forever,
a day and a half to give me 5%.
Right.
But you have a 50 amp, and what you can do if you had to, which I've had to do, is find a RV park, any kind of KOA, any place that has a 30 or 50 amp plug-in.
Right.
I have all the adapters for those.
Have you ever had to stop somewhere and ask for somebody to use a big plug?
Unless you screw up. I screwed up first time I went to Norfolk, and I didn't tell it was round trip. So it figured when I got to our destination, I was going to be charging at home, and it didn't realize we were coming back, and there was not one charger at the time in Norfolk. Not one. So I ended up charging at I borrowed an adapter and ended up charging at a hotel that had a 30 amp. But that was my own fault because I didn't say round trip.
Mark, when you go to a place and borrow,
The longest I go is
Hey,
to the
man.
mountains.
when you go to a place and borrow a
Yeah,
30
yeah.
amp or a 50 amp charge, do they charge you?
What kind of electric you got?
I got
You mean at like a KOA or something?
Yeah.
No,
Looks like a
the
nice
time I
little
did it, I
SUV,
kind of just snuck in.
$27,000.
I
So
just
brand new
drove in and
car.
parked it in empty one
was amazing.
and plugged it in for, whatever X amount, and then we split.
No,
What
I
about
was,
the hotel that you
dealer
did?
took the rebate.
No, the hotel didn't care, but
didn't
we
care.
knew
I
them. They
said,
were cool.
$27,000 out of my pocket.
Yeah.
For a brand new car that has all of these features.
That was crazy, though, man. We got there, we had
How much
none.
does it cost
The
to
other
the
thing I
grocery store?
learned
If
on
you
that
go to-
trip
like if you go to the
is
grocery
you get
store and
down,
have to
there was a
plug in,
huge
you
ice
gotta pay
storm
for that kind of
or
stuff,
snowstorm, ice storm. We woke up and our car was glowing red. The entire car looked like
no idea.
just this big red car. It was really wild looking.
No, I never
And
do
that's
it up
the
there.
heater making sure nothing freezes,
I
you
start out
know?
In the morning with
And
100%
it
or
went from
90%.
60%
only
down
80
to like
miles.
30% overnight
Where
in
do
the
you go
cold.
up in Blackhawk?
I go to the Monarch. They have the best poker room really the only poker room in Blackhawk.
My sales manager loves video poker. He goes, Ameristar, he gets Royals and stuff all the time. It's crazy.
That's what Susan and I play a lot.
He gets
But video poker is, it's really one of the few things where the casino doesn't have an advantage. Because if you find the right machine.
Not video. Oh, you mean video poker?
Video poker. The house really, there are certain machines that they don't have. If you look at the payoff.
Just total random.
No.
you can see how it's built.
The hands are random.
Dana.
But the payouts are different on different machines.
Yep.
Oh.
Good afternoon. Thanks
with
for
slot
calling the
machines,
Tom
it's
Martino
like that,
Show.
but you don't know ahead of time.
Right.
On video poker, they show you the payout.
Right.
So you can check for the right machine to play.
Oh, he has it down to a science. He's great at it. It's crazy how good he does at it.
But,
Hey, Joel got on. Joel talked to our IRS guy.
Okay.
The IRS guy threatened him.
With
You're not sitting at a.
That's pretty good.
At a,
I just need
just
your first
pushing buttons.
And you have an issue with your landlord?
Joel says Michael Ross wasn't available. Yeah, what a dirtbag, man.
It's also skill.
Okay,
I mean,
hang on for
poker
me.
is all skill.
Yep.
In the long run. I mean, if you and I sat down, played for half an hour, you could get all my money. But if we played for
10
3
seconds,
hours,
guys.
I'd get all your money.
Right.
Help from Bell and Pollock at championsofthepeople.com.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hello, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, will do negotiating of commissions. This is a misnomer that people, it's not mandatory. What's mandatory is they can't have a set commission for everything. But Frank has been doing that for years. He'll also do a free evaluation of your home for the asking on what it will sell for. 303-920-1622.
Hey, real quick, remember I asked Nick about have private equity companies tried to buy him out, and he said, yeah, a few times. I just got a text from Jay Bretz. Listen to this, man. he gets at least 3 to 5 a week of conglomerates trying to buy Excel Roofing. And he said, I didn't know this. He said a lot of the ones around town that you think are the same people you might have dealt with 5-10 years ago after a hailstorm, they are no longer owned by the same people. They're owned by these funds, man.
And what a lot of these funds do is they retain the owners to work for a while, and then they gradually transition to a national name, or what they do is they keep the name and then just sell it again. So it's just it's a big game. Now,
here's the deal. I'm sure there's some of them that are good, though. In other words, the ones I've happened to deal with, and I'm not going to go back and harp on the garage door people, but it was dealing with a totally different company. It was absolutely insane. But I'm sure in some instances there must be good operators. There has to be.
Well,
we hear of restaurants selling.
Well, let me give you some prime examples. Plumline Services was purchased by an equity firm, the Wrench Group, but they retain.
But Bob is he's still part owner.
That's right. That's what I was going to say. They take the local people and grant them ownership in it, and they have equity in it, and they love it, and they stay there. That's a whole different ball game. But other private equity companies buy and destroy. Okay, they do. Now, like with Champion, they get rid of the good people. Now, another one, Fix It 24/7, is owned by an equity group, but George is part of that too. So if they retain ownership, that's the strength. Now you have the best of both worlds. You truly do. And there's nothing. See, first of all, there's nothing wrong with a private equity group. I'm doing a private equity with Vestera Turnkey for some of my investors who don't want to do 100% of the real estate investment with even though it's a wonderful investment, don't get me wrong, but if they don't want to put up the minimum, I think is 65 or 60, whatever, 65 or 70, whatever it is, if they just want to do 25, they can do, I'm doing a group that is buying a group of their investments. So what does private equity mean? It means there are investors who invest in this fund. Then this fund goes out and buys companies and turns them around. Who was the first private equity to do all of this? Come on, we all know. He made it famous, and they're all copying him. Warren Buffett, famous turnaround person, famous person for taking companies out and improving them or just consolidating them. And so the word private equity or the phrase private equity should not scare people if it's a good private equity firm. Mark hit it on the head. You know, there are some good ones that actually run a better business than someone could do by themselves. They add strength to the company. Right? So, Mark, you have an issue with some car rebates, and we talked about this. Now, let me explain this to you, okay? You're not going to like it, but I'm going to say this to you. Xcel Energy is a private company that makes public offers, and they make public offers about money and rebates. There are other companies that do this as well. When it comes to solar, there are other companies that do this when it comes to other kinds of rebates. Now, the question is this. Did Xcel Energy have a contract with you? And the simple answer is no. See, they did not have a contract with you. They had an offer. There's a big difference. Big difference. There was nothing signed, sealed, and delivered before you went out to try to find a car. It was an offer. So are they bound by this offer? The simple answer is no. I mean, so it's unfortunate, but this happens, by the way, with other kinds of grant money. For example, for energy efficiency and for solar, there are certain rebates that run out. Mark?
Tom, I understand that.
Okay.
I totally understand
okay.
that. I just think they did it in a very poor way.
Now you understand that it did not benefit them in any way, shape, or form for them to refuse it. It did not benefit them at all. I mean, they had a certain amount of money to give away, and they did it.
Yeah, but there's a big argument to be made. He got this, this special number up
There
front.
is zero argument to be made that they had a contract with him.
Well, no, but when you go to somebody, you go to Excel and say, hey, I'm going to buy this car. Let me get a rebate. And this guy fills out all the application and everything he did to get the rebate, and they send him back. What did you call it, Mark?
It was an authorization.
An
number.
authorization number.
They did not send him an authorization.
Well, that's what he just called it. And that's
No, he didn't. He said they sent a rejection letter.
No. Mark, explain it again.
Two separate things. They first approved it back the end of October, and they sent the authorization number. And then yesterday,
okay, then that's a totally That's a totally different ball game.
Yeah.
They already approved you and then said they ran out of money.
Correct.
Okay, that's a whole different ball game. I thought you said instead of the authorization, you got a rejection. Now, here's what I want to know. With the authorization, did it say any kind of disclaimer language whatsoever that you must redeem before funds run out or anything to that at all?
You know it did in the small print. There's no doubt in my mind.
I don't know. Mark, did it?
I would imagine it did, Tom. I would have to look through it too.
When did they offer this rebate? What was it called, this rebate, and when did they offer it?
Electric vehicle purchase rebate. I don't know when they started offering it. I know that I got approved for it like end of October 20 something or other, right? And so I sent in the paperwork. They send me back a number, say, hey, you're approved. This is your authorization number. Give this to the dealer when you buy the car.
And you did.
And all I'm saying is they may have
and they never had an expiration date on it. So hold on. They never had an expiration date on it, right?
No.
So you could have bought the car in 5 years.
Well, I don't know if you can go.
Well, I don't know either. That's why I'm asking. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm asking. Did they have?
No, I'm saying I don't know. I don't think it says anything about that in there.
Do you think? Okay, well then if they did not have a disclaimer, it could be used at any time, anywhere, and there were no terms and conditions, is what you're telling me. I just want to know.
No, he's actually saying, if you're listening to him, it probably does have verbiage in there like that. But the bottom line is, who would look at that if you're going to buy it, not 5 years from now, but they give you an authorization? Christ, I would think that it was going to go through.
I would too, unless it said it's only valid until money's run out. Then I would make sure I did it immediately and I would verify it. I don't know. Maybe it's a contract. I mean, they did send him an authorization. Can you send us your paperwork?
Sure. What do I send it to?
help@troubleshooter.com. That's the email. Listen, man,
and let me just
there's a possibility. There's a possibility that they did kind of screw you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is that it's just a bad business practice. They knew how many rebates they were coming by the authorization numbers they gave out.
I agree, man.
Simply cut it off.
I agree.
A lot of money, instead of sending you a number, and then then they cut the thing off.
Well, that might be that whole time frame. If there's a time frame. They gave the authorization and maybe...
Oh, wait. We got to definitely break. We're not going to have any time. Hold on. We'll see you next hour.
Now,
I blame Mark.
This report is sponsored by Jack in the Box.
Some busy spots all throughout the Denver Metro for the early afternoon commute. I-25 northbound at 17th. That's exit 210 through downtown. Roadwork blocking 2 lanes. Stop-and-go traffic back from Santa Fe, seeing a 20-minute delay. Heading northeast of there and north of DIA, E470 southbound, we've got some slow traffic through road construction between 96th Avenue and Toll Plaza D. Heading to the south end, I-225 northbound at Mississippi Avenue, some good news. A recent accident has been all cleared. Slow traffic back from Iliff remains. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies, warming up after yesterday, high 58. The current temperature in Denver is 56 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Jack in the Box is never not serving breakfast. That means you can pick up Jack's $5 big deal breakfast meal featuring a breakfast jack, hash brown, and French toast sticks all morning, day, and night. Find one at a Jack in the Box near you.
All right. You need to know about ZeroResDenver.com. Why? Because they are phenomenal. ZeroRes Denver does purified, softened, and alkaline-based water that is the best cleaning agent in nature. And the great part about it is it gets everything out of your carpets but leaves nothing behind, even the old cleaning crap. So no soaps, no chemicals, no emulsifiers. It's safe for you, safe for pets, safe for your kids. And listen to this, your carpets stay clean longer. It's the best of everything when it comes to your carpets, even better indoor air quality. ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150. They do ductwork too. 3 rooms starting at $109. Plus you get $75 off of duct cleaning. They can do tile and grout as well. They can do upholstery and mattresses. That's ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150. Hey, I have told you that I have my company, Wave 8 Wealth Management, for a reason. And that is, I want to help people who are in the dilemma I was in. And I was in the dilemma for many years, and then I decided I'm doing this myself. I hired advisors, and I started a company. I got it registered with the securities division in Colorado so I could help others. There is absolutely no doubt that I am 100% vested in it, all of my money alongside yours. And we are not middlemen. We directly interface with each and every client. In fact, they'll tell you, once they contact us, they could not believe the level of service. Now, if you decide not to go with us, it doesn't matter. We'll give you free advice on what you have to make sure you're not being overfeed or you're not with a middleman. Just give us a call, 303-771-HELP, 303-771-HELP, 771-4357, or go to investwithmartino.com, investwithmartino.com.
Running constantly as well. And we got a steamer for our main shower that's a 30 amp. So, I mean, we're energy hogs.
Yep.
So you keep the RV hooked up all winter?
All the time. So it's so big, it's an all-electric coach.
Yeah.
That's winterization. It's just plugged in.
Hey, Mark, don't you have a 50 amp, though? Don't you have a 50 amp?
So when it gets cold, you put the heated floors on the store mode.
It's okay.
You never drain anything.
Does he have Mark,
sir.
Do you have a 50 amp?
Dude, I've got a 60 amp charger for the Tesla, 50 amp for the
RV.
For the RV, and then I've got 230 amps for heat tape in 2 different places, 30 amp on the steamer for our shower.
What is your service? What's your service?
50 amp on the hot tub as well, and 30 amp on the dryer.
But Mark, what is your electrical service at the transformer?
Well, we have 2. So one is just for the new garage. It's its own run, even though it's under my account. I think they ran 2,000.
No.
I think they did. I think they ran 2,000 into the garage. In the house, I don't even know, man. I mean, I just told you everything it has.
But, so man, that's incredible. Wow. I didn't know you could get 2,000 amp service. Honest to God, I didn't know you could.
Hold on. Let me look here.
I mean, I don't doubt it, I guess. I mean, I don't know any better, but I never heard of it. Damn. Shit.
I'm using the wrong.
The largest I've ever heard of is 500 amp. But, man, if you know. But
no, hold on. You could be right. I could be calculating this shit in my head differently.
You could have 250 in the house and 250 in the barn, or you could have 500 each.
No, I don't think we do have 2,000. I don't know what we have then. What does your house have?
I don't. Oh, here?
Yeah.
Probably 250.
God, I mean, just in the house, not
yeah.
I
know we have 250. Yeah, I don't have.
What I'm saying is just in our house, not our secondary line. I mean, my God, it's got to be at least 200 going to the garage. Maybe I'm thinking 2,000, but it's actually 200. But going into the house, it's got to be more than that. I'm thinking of all the 50 and 30 amps we have on that house.
Jesus, I know it. Now, I wonder if they calculate how much you use at one time, or if they have to if they have to size for the whole thing. Hey, YouTube morons, if you know, let us know.
Oh, and so the sub panel down there, I just.
Oh, you know what? Hellcat might know. He loves messing with electricity.
So we've also got from the main panel goes to a four sub panels, but one of them then goes to the barn. So, I mean, we're powering the barn off that main house thing, too.
Holy crap. I thought you said the barn has its own. Oh, little barn.
The little barn. The horse barn has...
Got it.
It's off the house. The big barn was brand new power. I actually had, they had to trench it. We had a guy from Douglas County had to come out, look at the trench. I mean, the whole bit.
Wow.
That was costly running it because of the trenching.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
He's guessing I probably have 400. This guy on YouTube. And Hellcat says 400.
So you can get them in that increment. Okay.
I'll tell you, George told me, I never knew this, man. A 50 amp, a 50 amp has two legs that are both 50 amp. Did you know that, Tom?
A 50 amp has two 50 amp legs?
Like when you add your bus, and it was a 50 amp, I assume.
Yeah.
That's two legs that run 50 amps.
I thought it was 20. Okay. I thought it was 25 each.
No, that's what I thought. George told me it's 50 each. Is that correct, Hellcat? And Bellatrixen? Because I used to think, how the hell can a 50 amp do three of these AC units at once? Yep, 50 each. So your 50 amp you plug in is 50 each. If you have dual 50 amps, you're running 100.
Right.
No, you're running 200.
What? That doesn't
if
make...
you have dual 50 amps.
Oh, if you have dual 50 amps...
Yeah, if you went out and bought a brand new Prevost right now, totally decked out, you'd have dual 50s.
Which is 100, right?
No, it's 200. Each leg has 50 amps.
Okay. By the way, the EV program I read about, they say the money they actually put a notice, first come, first serve, and are subject. All participants are subject to funding availability. This means that even after pre-qualification and an authorization number, the rebate is not guaranteed. Now, if this guy didn't read these terms and conditions, he's fucked.
No, and he didn't, but I mean, still it is. I don't like the way it is. When they literally
in fact, it even says this, that rebate amounts are subject to change or cancellation at any time.
Well, they shouldn't call it a fucking authorization number no matter what. They should call it you might get fucking lucky number. I mean, really, how can they call it? It's just trickery, man.
Well, what the authorization number says is simply that you're qualified.
Yeah. Okay.
It does not say you are authorized for a rebate.
I'll be curious if he actually bought
Although they call it an authorization number.
Did he say if he bought it, anybody?
He was not under contract with it, no.
He probably just ditched it. Man, I don't think I'd buy a base model Prius.
I would not buy any model Prius.
I wouldn't either. I think all electric. I think hybrids are a joke. Although I will say,
I do too, because I'll tell you why. Because you have this bullshit with the hybrid. You have two systems to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, I get that point for sure. Just from a maintenance.
I mean, don't you like the idea that you have no bullshit, no engine lubrications, nothing?
I've got almost 40,000 miles. I haven't done anything but charge it. I put tires on it. That's all I've done.
And you don't have to worry about gas prices.
Honestly, to me, that's the best part. I remember back in the day, we always filled up at Sam's Club or Costco. Oh, my God, man. You always wait no matter what.
Doc, will you ever go back?
No.
He won't be alive.
Stop that shit. Don't talk like that. As we get older, as we get older, that's bad shit, man. What you're saying is it lasts so long. That's what you mean.
No, that's not what I meant.
Doc, fuck him.
Hey, Dragon, write that down.
Here's one. No, you do right. But here's one thing that's absolutely.
I'm having a lawsuit.
Here's one thing for absolutely, positively, for sure. It ain't a rumor. It happens to everyone, including Marky. And no. I want to see Marky when he's my age.
See me what?
I want to see the shape you're in.
Oh, I'll be in great shape.
Oh, sure. Decided. Well, you got to start then, don't you?
I already. Oh, you pain in the ass. I already started. I'm going to start at 60. How old are you? 73?
I started at 47.
No, how old are you now, though? 73 or 72?
71, you bastard.
Well, my only point is I'll start right around 70, and by the time I check in with you at 71, I'll be in great shape.
I started at 47.
I remember your fat ass, mister, wearing, what are those called? Suspenders.
Hold on. I'm going to show you. Hold on. I'm putting up a picture on YouTube. I swear to God.
With your suspenders?
No. Well, if you want me to, but I have one even worse than that.
Put it up. I haven't seen
Oh,
that
my God. Hold on. I think I kept them as motivation.
You were the only guy I knew that wore suspenders.
No, back then people were wearing them.
No, there was. Listen, I mean, you were heavy, but you weren't.
Oh, Mark,
huge.
I was 225 and I'm 5'9".
Oh, that is fat.
Yeah, 225.
That's why you had to wear suspenders.
No, I didn't have to. I thought they looked cool, which was stupid. But let me see. So I have to go back prior to.
I want to see it.
I will.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show.
Oh, I got one of me and you.
Is it at the cafe? Where is it?
It's you're really skinny and I'm really heavy. And I have a black coat on to cover it up.
Send it. So it's just like now.
You want me to show it online? Yeah, I'll do that.
Coat, Tom?
I'll show it online.
Oh, this is about your house, right?
Hold on,
and what's your name?
I got to grab it.
He had this woman one time, Nick.
Bill?
When he was on, I think it was Channel 7.
All right, hold on.
It was Christmas time. He's doing a nice story, helping people out. And she was pregnant, didn't have a place to stay, going to be out in the cold. So he ends up buying her. It's all on the news, too. He's, a story.
It was Channel 4.
Nice hotel room for a couple weeks.
It's Channel 4, asshole.
Figure stuff out. So he does that. He gets a call from the manager.
10 seconds here, guys.
Going.
Keyword on our website, deposit. That's deposit. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Here to help you any way we can. So all you have to do is give us a call, and we're happy to do it. Right now, as you can see, we got a studio full, and Deputy Doc's there with his dyed hair and 80-year-old ass, and thinks we believe that he doesn't use hair color, but I digress. And then we have Major Marc Mager. I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Yes, you did. You did. That's right.
And then we have Gravina, has the greatest Windows guy, Nick, son of Larry. And what was your granddad's name that started it all in 72?
Tony.
I like that name. Gravina. Well, okay, you guys are Italian. See, you can't. I knew you were great people. So you got Tony Gravina started. His dad, Larry, worked for Tony, and then Larry started 950 West Evans. Then we got Nick taking over. Nick, when did you join your dad?
Oh, I started working from him right out of high school in '97.
Then when did you realize you knew more than him?
I don't know if I claim
Early
that
20s.
still. If I knew more before I started with him, so you know.
Anyway,
You
let's.
make Nick sound like a racehorse. You know, Nick Gravina, 42-year-old gelding out of Tony, who was born in, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Gilberto, let's talk about Primo's Garage Doors. I don't know if I've ever heard of Primo's. What's going on, Gilberto? What's going on, man?
Yeah, so I'm an employee that used to work there, and I've been in the industry now for about 7 years, and they have some of the most deceptive practices that I've seen in the industry, man.
May I ask something, Gilberto? When did you leave them?
I can actually give you the exact date.
Just roughly.
Their reviews are pretty damn good.
I want to ask, though, that's what I'm getting at. I wanted to ask him when he left, roughly.
So here's why, though. So my last day there was on the 5th. And
The 5th of what, man? The 5th. Ho. The 5th. November?
Yes, he's grinding the axe.
Okay, man. So that's what I wanted to know. You have a problem with them. We can handle the problem rather than just downgrading the whole company unless they deserve it. I'm all for going after bad guys, but is it a problem that you have, or is it a problem you tell me what your goal is here?
So I just want to inform the consumers that there's companies that are going to offer them a better value for their money, and also just a better company to support in general. I do have a personal beef, I guess you could say. With
Yeah,
them.
may I ask what that is? Because that's what I want to get at. What is your personal beef? And I don't mind people calling if they have a legitimate beef at all. Don't get me wrong here, bro. What's going on with you?
We'll touch on a couple things. So number one, I was hired as a salaried employee as an apprentice.
All right.
I have no issues with that because I don't have a driver's license. Okay, Tom. So I understand that in order to be in this industry and have a truck, you got to have a driver's license.
Okay.
They gave me an opportunity, and I appreciate that.
Sure.
But I was brought in under the understanding that it would be a salaried position for X amount of money per week, and the week would consist of working Monday through Friday, 8-hour days.
That's what you believed, right? Okay.
I started with them.
Yeah, well, generally, hold on. I just want to throw this in. Generally, a salaried position, I mean, the hours are definitely extended quite a bit.
Yeah, but okay.
And that's fine. And that's fine if that's the understanding when the agreement was made.
And do you have a written agreement, or was it verbal?
Yeah, no, it was written up. It was in an offer letter.
Okay, cool. Then what happened? Keep going. What happened?
So then, I'm really good at my job. If you look at if you go and look at their reviews over the last month, I'm responsible for all their reviews, and this is why I can say that, Tom. I was their only technician. So right before I got hired, they had their whole team quit on them. Okay, and then they brought me on. I didn't know this until I got hired, and the person that was driving me around, who I was training for them to be a garage door technician, was like, "Hey, did you know that before you, the whole team quit because they were being mistreated?" And I was like, "No, I didn't know that at all, actually." Now,
okay, so tell me what your problem is now.
Yeah. So here's my thing. I'm working Monday through Saturday, 12 to 14-hour days. Okay, for the same salary, which whatever. I'm a grinder. Okay, Tom, I've been in this industry for a while. I'm not ashamed to roll up my sleeves, if you will. But then on Tuesday, I had called and I was like, "Hey guys, I need to call in for the day." And I was told that there is no call-ins within the first 90 days. And I was like, "Unfortunately, this is something that I can't control. It's out of my control."
So you were only with the company when you left less than 90 days?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
And I don't doubt that. It said that in my employee handbook. I don't. And my quarrel is not with them saying, "Hey, you're self-terminating." That is the term that they used. Okay, their HR representative. The term was used that I was self-terminating.
So where does it?
I need to go. See, so far, I just want to tell you something. So far, I'm not hearing anything they did wrong. So keep going.
Is it an unemployment issue?
And so there isn't anything wrong to that point. Now, here's where it begins. In my opinion, if you're letting me go, and if I understand the law.
Well, hold on. Wait, let's get back to that first thing. When you were when they were said you can't call in sick during your first 90 days, did you go in or did you stay out?
No, I stayed out. Unfortunately, there was a family matter that it was out of my control. There's nothing I could do about that.
Would you be allowed to take a sick day? Listen, Gilberto, it's going to be back and forth for a little while here. Are you allowed to take a sick day during the first 90 days or no days?
No days at all. That is what I was told.
Okay. Then what happened?
Now, I was told that I would get my check on the same day that I would because I was self-terminating. Because I had asked them, I was like, well, if you're letting me go, shouldn't you have my check?
I don't even know what that means, self-terminating.
It means that he's quitting. It means he's quitting.
Well, not really.
Well, okay. If he didn't show up for work, they're going to make the argument that he quit. I get it. And then...
But I still don't... Okay, so what does it even mean? So now what?
I don't argue with that, okay? Here's my issue. Now, my payday is tomorrow, supposedly, okay? I have 4 T-shirts and a sweater that I was given by them, okay?
And they're going to offset if you don't return them.
No, they already did in a ridiculous amount. I'm not going to disclose the amount, but I will tell you that it is more than any T-shirt I have ever paid
But
for.
can't you return them?
I offered that, and they told me that I was more than willing to return it, but that they are not reimbursing me anymore.
No. Wait a minute. They can only offset if you refuse to return company property. Now, they might be a little, they might be off base here, man. But you have to do me a favor. How many T-shirts, sweatshirts, or whatever? Just tell me.
4 T-shirts and 1 zip-up hoodie.
Okay. What did they take off for those? I need to know.
Let's just say that.
No, let's just say a number. What's the hell's the difference? You just called telling us they have bad deals for consumers and all the other stuff. Well, you're not going to tell me how much they're withholding for your T-shirts?
Roughly $200.
Wow. For 4 T-shirts and a hoodie.
Yes, correct.
Wow.
And a POPL card. A POPL card is a card that we would have a customer scan to leave me as Gilbert, a technician of Primo's, a review on Google directly. It's called a POPL card.
That is really, hold on, man. That is really weird.
Yeah, very much so.
Gilbert, I think you'd have a good argument with the state labor board, man, or the state wage and hour commission.
I'd be curious what the manual says. Like, are those T-shirts, did you clean them yourself, or did they actually have a service that did them?
No, I do my own laundry.
That's outrageous, totally outrageous. Outrageous, man. Let's call over to this company. That's outrageous.
Gilbert, I think you have a legitimate gripe, man.
Yeah, I mean, So, as a matter of fact, Tom, let me read you a text message, okay, that me and the owner's wife shared this morning. Okay,
go ahead.
It says your final paycheck will be available on Friday, as it includes an itemized breakdown of any necessary deductions as outlined in our company handbook, which everyone acknowledges at onboarding. Uniforms and equipment must be returned immediately upon separation from the company. We attempted to reach you multiple times regarding this, but unfortunately we did not receive a response. Therefore, in line with our protocol, I have deducted any damaged items or any items as damaged from your final paycheck. You have been removed from Primo's and there will be no further reimbursements. You may choose to keep any items in your possession.
Okay.
Or you may...
Labor board.
Listen, wage and hour is going to determine. They really will investigate this, man. Hold on. I got to take a break. Just please.
Give them money.
Please, hang on. We got more coming right up. Hang on.
Whether you've been on Medicare for years or are new to it, expert advice is always welcome. And that's what Integrity Health Advisors offers at absolutely no cost to you. The folks at Integrity Health Advisors will guide you through available Medicare plans to help you make the choices that save you money and make sure you can access the pharmaceuticals that your doctor prescribes. The changes this year are huge. Do not risk just making your best guess, and do not risk missing the deadline. Get started today at integrityhealthadvisors.com.
Now, it's good I'm doing this commercial right now. It's integrainsurance.com. Now, I'm not saying bad or good things about any other company at all. I'm just saying that it's a similar name, Integra. They've been on a referral list for many, many, many years, almost 30, I think. IntegraInsurance.com helps you make health insurance decisions. They help find you the right health insurance, whether you're unemployed, employed, self-employed, a student, or a senior with Medicare looking for a supplement or advantage. Integra Insurance, making your choice simple and smart. Now, you're welcome to shop anywhere you want. I just want you to know there is a difference here. Integra Insurance, the people that I let help me personally. 303-466-5500. 303-466-5500. Hey, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. Good people. If you want to shore up your retirement plan, you may say, well, I got a 401k, Tom. I got an IRA. I have a Roth. They're not plans. Those are accounts. You see, there's a difference between accounts and plans. Let them show you what they can do for you in keeping them safe, turning them into income, and helping you out with all of your aspects of your retirement plan. They're really good people. rpcenter.com. rpcenter.com. 970-663-3211. They'll answer any of your questions. 970-663-3211. Now, here's someone I hope you never have to call. LazzaraLegal.com. Lazzara. That's Joe Lazzara. He's a criminal defense attorney. And let's face it, life's not always perfect. Some people are accused of DUIs and crimes, especially going into the holidays. Now, I'm not making excuses for you. I'm not saying you're always guilty either. I'm not saying anything. All I'm saying is you can't handle it yourself. Joe Lazzara is the person you want to call for free consultations, initially, always, and then flat rate pricing. 303-429-6200. That's Lazzara Legal, Lazzara, LazzaraLegal.com, or you can find him at referralist.com, 303-429-6200. Hey, Dragon,
That's all I wore.
can you give me that one spot?
Got my breakfast, got new scrubs.
Which one?
That one, Lazzara one.
The Lazzara. Got it.
Thank you, man.
Yep. Why go pay for shirts? Well, he did 3. He's like, yes, I can get you that one.
Can you reach over and turn it down when you notice me doing it?
I'm going to get Tom. We're going to start making Tom wear an official troubleshooter uniform.
When you notice
Wear a bell around his neck?
No, suspenders.
This too
Hey,
loud now?
where's the picture of you in the suspenders?
Okay.
We want to turn it to here. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Let me do it. Hold on. I gotta take it from this stupid shit. Let me find it.
What age did you find your memory started?
Oh, shut up. I'm gonna have to whoop him. Whoop him.
You
Hold
get
on.
your ass over here. I'll arm wrestle you.
Okay. Oh, we got to do it for charity if we're going to do it. Let's make it count.
Well, you got to give me at least 2 or 3 days to get my bicep up.
Hold on. I got to find these damn pictures. Where's my I have it with my, where is it?
What are they, Polaroids?
No, Mark, they're in the, but okay, here is one bad thing about Mac. They put it in a folder thing you can't do anything with. You got to move it and then use it. They piss me off.
That's what she said.
Huh?
That's what she said. You got to move it and then use it.
There we go. Let me see if I have my fucking horse. I'm with my horse. I'm a fat guy.
200 may not be off, but we never try this shit with employees if they quit. It's a freaking business.
Oh, that one's.
Yeah, big time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let me show you. Yeah, I'll show you this one. I'm a big mother.
Let me see.
Hold on. Let me get it.
I bet you had more hair.
I just can't.
I love when he sighs. I know I got him when he sighs.
Shut
It's
up.
the best.
He lives for it, the son of a bitch.
I live for that sigh.
At least you didn't
Beatles
mention,
suck. Oh.
Don't mention the fucking monkeys.
Hey, you're a musician.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
Oh, God
hold
almighty.
on. In
He
all
won't give it a
honesty,
rest.
Who do you think was better? The Beatles or the Monkees?
It's kind of a loaded question, you know.
Well, what are you thinking? One had a TV show.
What if I said neither one?
No, if you had to sit around and listen to one of them for 2 hours, we're talking like David Koresh things, where they're trying to scare you out and release the kids. Which one would you rather listen to?
10 seconds, guys.
Oh, my God.
Your trusted local fiduciary advisors, TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Oh, goodness. Let's go to the phones and see what we can do for you. So we're going to send Primo to Wage an Hour and get somebody to work on it. Who wants to work on it? Deputy D.
I'll be happy to help out.
Deputy D will take this one, Gilberto, so he'll be in touch with you. And he's going to look into the offsetting rules, okay? I think they exaggerated a bit, but also Wage an Hour. Make sure, Kachina, get all his information for Deputy D. Let's go to Monty. Hey, Monty. You're not the one.
Yes.
You're not the one that texts me all the time, right?
The one and only.
Are you really? You're the one that always puts Mark down. Be honest about it.
Absolutely. I gotta call it like I feel.
The biggest liberal.
Mark, can I still help him, please? Can I still help?
No.
We'll see. We'll see.
Independent.
What's going on, man? Seriously, what's going on, Monty?
Was going to vote for Jack Kemp until he bailed out But anyway, I've got a situation where dealing with a property manager.
Yeah.
I get Section 8 HUD, and what's going on? We do our recertification every year. Mine was due in August.
Now I know why you're liberal, by the way.
Made a mistake.
I tell you what, see, Tom, I didn't say a damn word, but I did say something to Dragon the minute he said that.
No, I'm just kidding, Monty. So you get seriously, you get Section 8 HUD. Tell me what's going on.
So anyway, we do our recertification once a year. Mine is due on the 1st of August, which is my birthday, every year. So they made a mistake. They go through rotations of property managers. Couldn't get mine done, even though I kept contacting them, kept going up there, filling out paperwork.
Yeah.
So they basically just told me, just hold tight until we can get to you. So this past October, I was able to do my recertification with the regional manager. The regional manager of Vail Property. What happened after that is that we sit down, and it was pretty lengthy because those recertifications usually go for about 45 minutes. Mine probably went well over, an hour and a half, hour, 15 minutes. And,
when did you finally get recertified?
It was October the 24th.
Okay, got it.
So we had our new rent rate, which was supposed to, it's a lot of backstory, but let me just stay focused. My new rent rate was scheduled to kick in on January the 1st. My previous rent rate was $25, and the new rent rate starting in December the 1st is $192. So I thought, okay, that's interesting. I said, let's go over the facts again, because dealing with this company, they're a little shady. So I asked her on 3 occasions, let's do the math. I said, she goes, what we're looking at here is that when we start your new recertification, we give you $167 credit, which is pretty common when you do your recertification, because they want you to come in and get it off their desk. And then what we would do for November is subtract that $25 for the $167, carry over the 142 for December. You pay the $50 rent in December to 192, and then we just go on from there. So I said, okay, could you do the numbers on the calculator just to be sure? We did that 3 times. So as we exit, I said, I need copies of all my paperwork because they know that anything I sign, I need copies. So she said, sure, won't you wait out in the lobby?
Hey, Monty, may I ask something?
Yeah.
You have a little gap here from August to October. What happened for August, September, and October since you got recertified at the end of October? What happened for those 3 months?
They were having problems, and which they still do.
No, what I'm asking you is very simply this. Did Section 8 pay their share for those 3 months?
Absolutely. And everything is set. They have a portal in which I pay my rent on. And so the portal shows you the details of each month, what's owed and what's paid.
I get it. And you pay, and let me get this straight, you pay 25%?
No, I paid 25.
He did pay $25 a month. Now it's $192. Is that correct, Monty?
Correct. It's the new rent rate.
And he's saying it's crazy because it went up. What is that? I mean, it went up 8 times, basically. So you told them to do the math, use a calculator, and what happened?
Well, once she told me I had $167 credit, on three separate times I told her, she did it on the calculator. She goes, what it is with the $167 credit, November rent will still be $25. We'll deduct $25 from $167.
I get it. Yeah, please don't go through it all. Just tell us what went wrong.
Okay. So I said, okay. So we went to the lobby. I said, because it was a lot of paperwork.
Can we just not hear all of the movements and stuff and just the problem?
Okay, so here's the problem. After I got my paperwork, she explained the situation to me again.
I need to know the problem, Monty. I don't need to know the process. I need you to go right to the problem.
Well, here's the problem. I went to the portal, and the portal is totally different now.
Okay. So the portal does not reflect the figures she gave you.
And told me, yes. And what I have.
So how would you, here's what I want to know, and I'm not disputing that. What does the portal say you owe?
The portal says that I owe this month $25.
Yeah.
And then next month, $192.
Now, here's all I need to know, and I don't want to go through the math again, but what's the difference between what the portal says you owe and what you would pay if her figures were correct? What's the difference in actual dollars?
Well, it would have been $25 this month, and it would have been $50 next month because I had $167 of credit.
Got it. What did they do with your credit?
They took the credit and they started my rent increase in November instead of December.
Okay. Why did they do that?
I don't know, because I know through HUD it's like they have to give you 30 days after your recertification for your new rent rate to start. And that gave me only 8 days, even though she told me in the meeting that HUD.
But after your recertification, hold on, after your recertification date or the actual recertification? Because you were supposed to be recertified August 1st, right? So that would have given them more than 30 days.
To make this easy, though, Tom, you know what I think we do is put Deputy Scott, my God, he's a bean counter by trade. It's all math. No matter what, this is going to come down to good math or bad math, right?
Yeah, but Monty, what I'm saying is, here is really what it comes down to, truly. Were they authorized to make that rent increase when they did? That's all it comes down to.
Rent increase for November or December?
No, for November. Did they do that correctly or not? If they did it correctly, then you're going to owe more than you thought. If they did it incorrectly, then they should have extended it until December. Right?
Correct.
Okay, so let's just confine it. I don't want to make it complicated. I don't want to make it complicated. Whether you had credit or not, you still have the credit. It's just that they ate it up with a rent increase. And you're saying they implemented the rent increase 30 days early. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
I got you, bro. I got you. So if they did, then we should have it corrected. And I do agree that that Deputy Dollar is the one to do this or to check it out. So basically, HUD, upon his certification, he got a rent increase that he said was early that cost him more money than he thought. We don't have to complicate it beyond that. 303-713.
No.
What?
So?
What?
No, the rent increase was fine. It just happened a month early.
I said that 3 times, Monty. You see, listen, bro, you got to listen. You can't be Joe Biden now. You can't be Kamala Harris. You got to listen. You got to listen like a Republican.
How much was the rent increase, Monty?
Hey, Monty, I'm just kidding you. Just forget it, Doc. I mean, really, let's not complicate this thing. They made a rent increase 30 days early, and he's paying more than he expected after recertification, period.
Hold on.
Yeah, I know. I was just curious how much it was.
Get that they... Did you hear him when he said that they charged him the new amount early?
Shut up, Mark. No, I'm going to get... Honest to God, Mark is pissing me off lately. Okay, we got more coming up. Oh.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm.
Only a couple slow spots throughout the Denver metro for the early afternoon commute. Just north of downtown, I-25 northbound at 58th Avenue. We've got road work blocking 2 lanes with stop and go back from Santa Fe, seeing about a 20-minute delay. East of there and north of DIA, E470 southbound, road work continues with the right lane closure between 96th Avenue and Toll Plaza D. Otherwise, calm driving throughout town, I-70 east and westbound. Easy commuting from the foothills to DIA and back again. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. We're seeing highs in the upper 50s today, mostly sunny skies. Overnight low of 29. Tomorrow mostly sunny with a high of 60. The current temperature in Denver is 59 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
It's Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Get matched with your perfect bed and save up to $700 on a wide selection of quality mattresses. Plus, score a free adjustable base with a qualifying purchase. See store for details.
Okay, now let's talk about estate planning. I think in one of the most efficient ways possible, you call Keelan Park, and then they will go over your entire life's estate. You talk to them, tell them what's important to you, what you own, your investments, everything, okay? Now, what they do is come up with a plan. Then that has a flat rate price. Everything to that point was complimentary. Keelan Park. Call them. Get them started on your plan. And then you get to decide exactly what you want to spend after they do the plan for you, free of charge. lawkp.com. 970-818-8198. I'm happy to say that we have an arrangement where at Wave 8 Wealth Management, we are using Keelan Park to do these flat rate estimates for people so they can get an estate plan, which is very important. I trust them. You can too. lawkp.com. 970-818-8198.
We all hear the radio ads about...
He was getting $25 for... Yeah. He was getting $25 a month from you, right? God. And was he getting anything from HUD?
Yeah, just keep complicating it, Doc. Yeah, keep it going, bro. Make it more complicated for Doc, for everyone.
That's unbelievable, though. $25, man.
I know.
Didn't he say he's in Vail or something?
Hey, is your camera dead?
Oh, my God, that would be the funniest if he was in Aspen or something.
Are the cameras? Oh, no, there's the camera. I got it. Okay, I got you guys. Who's behind you, Mark?
Doc. He's talking to Monte.
Come on, Doc. Get the frick out of there.
Well, someone's got to get to the bottom of it.
Oh, I thought Dollar was going to do it.
No, Dollar is. Doc just thinks.
Doc just wants to complicate things. No, yes. Well, okay. Uh-oh. So here we are, more than a week after the presidential election, and Big Mouth Mark is... No, it doesn't say that. It says after the presidential election.
Oh my God, why did he hang up? I don't have his phone number.
Where are all the protests and the unrest that the Trumpers predicted?
No, I think.
What did he say, Doc? 25, right?
Yeah.
So he was paying. The bottom line is he was paying 25. Right. Now he pays 192.
But he's paying 192 earlier than he thought.
Yeah, 1 month.
Yeah. Claims of voting fraud or cheating. No protests. No threats against election officials. No lawsuits. Democrats trust the system and accept the election. Not like Big Mouth Mark. No, it doesn't say that either. I'm sorry. Not like conspiracy-loving Republicans. Sure, there might be a few protesters at Trump's inauguration. Okay, anyway.
Well, I'm shocked they let him in because according to the Biden-Harris campaign, he's the biggest threat since Hitler, but yet they're going to hand him the keys to the White House.
You don't hear anything about election irregularities because their guy was correctly and legally elected. Just
is Monty gone?
Yes.
I'd love to know how old he was.
And how can you pay $25 a month for rent?
That's what I was wondering.
Oh, this was sent to you, Mark. I'm going to forward it to you. You can answer the guy. Seriously, it was sent to you, but he didn't use your email. He just said Mark. There you go. I sent it to you. And this guy is one of your greatest critics, by the way.
Love it. Monty.
Not Monty, this guy. This one Monty too, yeah.
Must be Peter Boyles. Oh,
probing.
How'd you send it?
Email. I just forwarded it to you.
Yeah, okay, I'll get it eventually. Monty's gone.
Hey, Tom.
What?
You know this 4B movement that these crazy women are trying to institute? It is so anti-feminist that I don't know how they can actually make any headway in it.
10 seconds.
By the way,
TEC.com.
Wait. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. Now listen to this one. You ready? You ready, Mark? Listen to this one.
Yes.
I got the Hyundai dealer got back to me. So I said, would a battery cause all that trouble? Why is she having a limp mode? Why were the engine lights going on right after a major repair from this collision center and from the same dealer? And they were so kind, of course, they took it in. And I got an email. They got it in right away. That was amazing. We just got it towed in there. And they said, we found the problem on the Elantra. I apologize for the inconvenience having it towed in. Of course, everything's covered under warranty. We found the problem. Looks like a rabbit climbed into the engine compartment to stay warm and decided to snack on a couple of wires.
Wow.
As evidenced by his carcass. This happens periodically. It is an easy repair, and we did it. It's ready to go home after extensive testing. We're here till 5 p.m. and back at 8 a.m. I apologize for the inconvenience. There you go.
Remember, we used to get calls about rodents eating wires all the time.
Well, it wasn't at my house.
Years.
This was where.
No. I mean, just everywhere.
But it was 2 months at the dealership. So wow.
Yeah, that's where it happened. Was at the dealership.
At the collision center, yeah, because they
guaranteed.
Wow, they should. Wow, I really appreciate them. I do. I mean, they got right on it. but I probably bought a battery for no reason. Let me ask you something. When you buy a car at a dealer, you know, like the Hyundais, you bought them. Mark, is that battery going to be, is it good because the winter's coming for me to put a new one in after 3 years anyway?
If that was not the problem, which has now been determined, I would not buy a new battery.
You wouldn't? Wow. I can't return a battery though, can I? I can't.
Did you give them a core? Has it already been installed, or did
No,
you
it's not installed, but I have it. I just don't know if it can.
Where'd you buy it?
At Advanced, I think.
Yes, they will take it back.
But I wonder, okay. So the whole problem was that probably the wire. But guys, my YouTube morons and anyone else listening, is 3 years about it on a factory installed battery or what, Mark? What do you think?
I have never replaced a battery on any of my Hyundais, and you know, we're talking like 10 different ones.
But you only keep them 3 years, Mark.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
so
true,
yeah, so people, what do you think? Let's ask Kevin. Get Uncle Kevin on. Bill, go ahead. What's going on with you, bro? What's going on?
Hi, Tom.
Hey, Bill, what's happening?
Yeah, just need some help with Metro District questions. I live in Franktown.
Yeah.
In Fox Hill, Metro District 1 and 2. And
wait. What is the Metro District for in Franktown? For Mark, do you know what is it for? Is it
residential?
But wait, it's a Metro District for what? For fire protection? For what?
I believe it's for a new community.
Okay.
Like the developer built roads, has a water enterprise.
Okay, got it. Okay, so so the developer did the Metro District and it was approved?
Yes.
So we had on our corner out there, Tom, you can picture 83 and 86 where the old stagecoach was.
Yeah.
And that barn company, whatever. So they actually are building, in fact, probably half or not more is done, some new homes right there basically on the corner, not quite on the corner, a little south of it. But that's probably why that was formed, because they're brand new, I think 10 to 15 homes.
Well, okay, so what's going on with the Metro District? What's going on? What's your problem with it, Bill?
Well, I feel like there's a lot of conflict with the developer, and basically, to describe in a quick way, he acts like a czar. And basically, there's a design review committee that you have to put in for landscaping, and you have some neighbors that get approved.
But those are Bill, those are covenants, though. I don't believe they're the Metro District. Metro Districts don't get involved with covenants.
What area are you in, by the way? Where is it?
Well, it's right where you were saying, but it's a little where.
Is it the new gated community or no?
Around that area.
What's the name? What's the name of the community?
Fox Hill.
Fox Hill?
Yes.
Hey, Bill, I just moved into a new community as well, and the builder basically is the HOA until 25% of the homes are sold.
Actually, hold on, bro. Hold on, Doc. It's the developer, not the builder.
I meant the developer.
Yeah,
and so 25%, and then
it depends. Hold on, it depends on the local requirements. Sometimes it can be as much as 75%.
Okay.
That's
what's happening.
But they do have a right. They do have a right to enforce covenants, as Doc is saying, and they can. And then after they get off, then the homeowners take it over. But this has nothing to do with the Metro District. I think you're confusing things.
Are you in that neighborhood, or are you across the street kind of by yourself?
No, I'm in the neighborhood.
That new neighborhood.
Mark, covenants.
Yeah. It's a community of about 100 homes.
Okay,
Got it.
Go ahead, Tom. It's not what I was saying.
It's part of covenants, Bill. It's part of your covenants that you agreed to when you moved in. Now, if you think the guy is unfairly enforcing the covenants, that's one thing. But they have a right to enforce them. Tell me the exact issue real quick, because I got to take a break. What's the exact issue?
that's what it is, unfair.
Do you have actual, okay, hold on, I'll come back to you. I need to know the exact issue that is unfair. In other words, you wanted to put these bushes in and they wouldn't let you, but the neighbor has the same exact bushes. I need to know the issue, not your opinion. We got more coming right up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm.
Over on the east end of town near DIA I-70 westbound at Peoria Street, a crash in the right lane. Slow driving back from Pena Boulevard. North of there, roadwork continues. E-470 southbound. We've got a right lane closure between 96th and Toll Plaza D. Closer to downtown, I-25 north and southbound, returning to highway speeds after a busy early afternoon. And on the back to the northeast end through Commerce City I-270 westbound, some stop-and-go traffic between Northfield and Vasquez. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies. Highs breaching that 60-degree mark. Overnight low of 29. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high of 60. The current temperature in Denver is 59 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
It's Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Get matched with your perfect bed and save up to $700 on a wide selection of quality mattresses. Plus, score a free adjustable base with a qualifying purchase. See store for details.
American Restoration 24/7. Remember the name, write it down. I hope you never need them, but I'm serious about this. Because if you ever have a frozen pipe, a broken pipe, you have a fire, a flood, you have unattended death, you have any kind of contamination with mold or with asbestos, or you suspect it, call American Restoration. They're honest people in this space because the restoration business is riddled with liars, cheats, and ripoffs. Even though your insurance is paying, they only pay once. So make sure you get the right company. American Restoration 24/7, 833-7-AM-REST. 833-7-AM-REST or amrest247.com. John Fuller is a personal injury attorney that I want you to call with your first sign of trouble with an accident, with any kind of an injury, and you have questions. You get free answers, free legal advice. Call Fuller.com. That's the website to remind you, but that also has good information. Call Fuller.com. And the number to call, of course, is where you will talk to John personally, the only personal injury attorney that does that. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500.
Not this time it didn't.
No.
Okay.
It was one day before
Thank
this
you.
year.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Always that,
Bye.
and that's another-
Can you get these other people lined up to come on the show
March,
tomorrow?
Kelly's
I
already
mean, I
got
don't
it.
think we've ever not had the most snow in March than any other.
Oh, yeah, no. March and April are the snowiest months.
March is insane, man.
Heavy wet ones.
Oh, it's horrible. If I don't get out and snow blow it quick, you can't even touch it. Then I gotta just move it. Oh, I'm rebooting these two computers. Just gonna do it just to see if it works. Is Ryan coming in here? Yep. Reboot, click. Reboot without restart? Yes. This says there's a Windows update. It could take 3 hours. Do you want to update? Yes.
Glad I have an appointment.
Doc, finish it up, man.
You got it.
Make sure you log out of that computer.
I did. Hey, Tom, finish up with
Yeah.
Nick, please.
No, Bill.
No, I'm not talking to call.
Elvis has left the
We're
building.
only going to have like 3 minutes, man.
Is this guy going to tell us what the problem is?
By the way, he does like the Monkees a lot better. He said Daydream Believer is his favorite song.
Can we get Bill on tomorrow?
Yeah, Kelly's got it all lined up.
Bill, Mike, and Craig. Then I'll finish up with Nick as long as he admits that the Monkees suck.
Yeah.
The band or the animal?
Oh, no, the band.
Yeah.
The animal's fine.
I didn't mind the Monkees. I didn't mind either one of them.
What do you mean either one of them?
Just didn't listen to him.
The Monkees. I used to listen to the Monkees when I was a kid.
I watched the show.
Don't admit that, Nick. Come on, bro.
I'm
Don't
not
admit
that
it.
old.
Now, I don't know. I got to question his business acumen now. Oh my God.
No, the monkeys weren't bad.
Uh,
I had a tape of theirs growing up, I remember.
Oh, my God. You probably listened to the Cowsills, too, right?
I don't know who that is.
My neighbor had a garage sale, and I bought a bunch of...
What about the Captain and Tennille? Weren't they your favorites, Tom?
Yeah, sure.
Did you say Richard Pryor Records?
Yeah, Muskrat Love. That's all I went to get down with.
Yeah, but Tom, you and I are old enough to remember the doo-wops of the 50s and 60s.
Well, you're just a little tiny older than me, bro, like by 9 years.
But I said, but you remember it.
Of course I do, yes. Oh, God.
I watched a good movie on Netflix, and it was...
Hey, Mark.
I could tell my unplugged.
I was... There was something I played on my computer the other day that triggered a copyright thing.
So it's about this girl who meets her mother. No, it's
10
about
seconds,
a girl
guys.
that's like 20-something.
Trump's pick of Matt Gaetz for Attorney General sends shockwaves through the political landscape, and Dr. Robert Marbut, senior producer of the film Fentanyl Death Incorporated, joins the show. It all starts at 2 on 630 KHOW.
All right, I'm Tom Martino. Hey, Gravina Windows, gravinawindows.com, gravinawindows.com. But it's Gravina's Windows, Siding, and Doors, and they're on 950 West Evans. But I want to ask you something, Nick. Do a special for at least the rest of the day if somebody calls. Come on, let's have some fun. It doesn't have to be. It does have to be good. Let's do.
Our current special is $150 off a window and $450 off a door. But if somebody calls and says they heard us on the Tom Martino show for the next week, I'll do it up to $200 off a window and $500 off a door.
Holy crap! Hold on, I'm going to write that down. So for the next week, it's $500 off what?
Per door and $200 off per window.
Oh, wow. I'm putting that down per
Do you
door.
have any windows that happen to be $200?
I do not.
What does that mean? What do you mean,
Mark asked if I had any windows that were $200. I think he's looking for some freebies.
There's no $200 windows ever. Okay, now, if you do this, it's till when? Till the end of the week?
Till next Wednesday. I'll do it one.
Till next Wednesday. Okay, I'm writing it down. $500 per door, $200 per window. Yep. And that's a great deal, and it's until next Wednesday. So people, if you want that, it's Gravina's. Now, here's the number, 303-472-8462, 303-472-8462, 950 West Evans. Do you have a showroom there, by the way?
Yeah, we have a beautiful showroom. We have a lot on display there.
Yeah, I've not been out to that location, and people can just drop by, too, at 950 West Evans. What are your hours out there?
So Monday through Thursday, we're open 7:30 to 4:30, Friday from 7:30 to 4, and then Saturday we're open from 10 till 1.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, thank you for being here. We certainly appreciate it, Nick. Now, we're going to take that issue with the covenants with that guy in the subdivision tomorrow, along with any other callers. So here's what I want to tell you. Covenants are very controversial, depending on who is enforcing them, but as long as they're enforcing them accurately, you've agreed to it on closing. Save all your problems for me. See you guys.
This woman hung up on me. I'll update this tomorrow morning. But, she hung up on me twice.